Hello and welcome to the Ranksters. Episode number... We're not monetized anymore.
Ooh,
Episode...
spooky.
Spooky, no money!
No money. Ooh, you're going to jail.
Episode number 16.
Going to jail.
I'm Adrian.
Going to jail.
Gore's here.
Nothing scarier than jail.
And Kyle's not here. Kyle decided to...
God, thank God.
He's had enough of David. He didn't want to talk to him this week, so he said, I'm not going to be on the podcast. So instead of Kyle, we got Matt and David here. David was here last week, so he's kind of continuing. But Matt got thrown up.
Wasn't here last week.
But Matt got thrown into a list that he's not even aware of, and he's part 2 of it. So,
Hey, you know what? New dynamic. This is the first time this dynamic has been done before, and it is probably the best one. So, I don't think Kyle's coming back.
I think if you replace David with Samuel to Geek, and then we're good.
just no Kyle.
Or David.
If this show just didn't have anybody, it would be perfect.
No, Gore the Deal Rankster is him alone, just doing something because like it's the right list. Yeah.
I can do that. It's a perfect list. No controversies, no wrong opinions.
Even you afterwards. Why is that so high up? Who ranked that? That was you. Oh.
Doom 3. That's why it was so high up there. Because I ranked it, I guess. I was the only one who ranked Doom 3. Because everybody else hates Doom 3 for some reason. Everybody hates Doom 3 for some reason, so I'm surprised. I forgot I even got up that high.
I thought it was fine. So that's why I kind of got that. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
It's a great
It's just not a great Doom game. It's just a good game overall, though.
It's going out right now. Doom 3 is a great game. It's a great game. They went a different direction, and you can't handle it.
Did you just make the verb soying?
You're soying out, bro.
Hey,
I like this Hitchcock style profile shot that we get from fucking David nowadays.
Asian fucking bitches that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, turn your chair all the way around.
So it's like,
no, that is such a better shot than your last one, where it was your table is not clean. It's gross.
Yeah, we're talking about the background at least. The background's a better shot. I don't know about
the foreground's never good for you.
This the entire time.
Well, it's because. Well, either way, even his last shot, he wasn't looking at the camera. He was always like talking to the side.
He's like, yeah, Gore, I agree. Like, I'm not.
That's the same thing. It never changed.
Yeah, I feel like I'm spying on David, not really talking to him.
And Lord knows I don't want to fucking spy on David.
I mean, I could just sit there and face the camera and kind of look at the list from out of the corner of my eye.
Well, I mean, you don't need to look at the list, right? You need to look at us.
Yeah, I do.
All
right. You see the chat.
Anyways, this is our ranking show. We go on tiermaker, we find a list, we rank it. Last week we started this list of 250 horror games. I think we counted around there.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
We decided to split it up, rightfully so now, because that episode took forever. So let's see how this goes. If you like this, give us a like. Audio podcast.
Subscribe.
Yeah, comment, subscribe, like the channel, really help us out. We're gonna have audio podcasts for the show sometime in the foreseeable future. Not 100% sure when. BRP at bluerupees.com if you have any suggestions on what kind of list we should do. If you find them on tiermaker, throw us some.
We might listen to him.
If David ever reads the email, he'll tell us.
David has to learn how to read first.
That's true.
It's not a manga. He doesn't know how to read it.
This show goes live on Tuesdays every Tuesday on twitch.tv/depunked. Go live on YouTube, usually the day afterwards. On both Depunked and Gore the Movie Guide on YouTube. Thursday, we do Blue Rupees. This week, we're doing a Silent Hill 2 Games Gone By. And then on Sunday, David and I are playing more Halo. We're starting Halo Wars this week.
Oh, boy. The most fun one.
That's Spartan Assault.
Wars from what I played.
Spartan Assault's the most fun
play
one.
Spartan Assault. Yeah, you need to get the full story. Play Spartan Assault.
We are. You want to join?
You two are fucking no. You two are stupid.
Got more content, baby.
Definitely.
Anyway,
definitely not.
Let's jump into this list.
Let's do it.
Right out the gate.
All right. Well, first of all, I guess they took out all of the haven't finished or played because we had a bunch of them there, and
it's true.
They're not there anymore. So the first one is definitely Resident Evil.
I can.
Wait, a lot of this changed.
Did a lot of it change?
I feel like a lot of this. I feel like something changed. No, not the rankings. I think those are fine. Well, actually, go up real quick.
I list it should have saved from last time. It might not have, but I can fill it out if you guys want to talk about games that I can't. I'll just periodically.
The S's are good. Yeah, everything's good. Go down just real quick. Scroll down. Yeah, so I know Resident Evil is definitely not. I guess now we have someone different, so maybe Matt has played some of these. I'm gonna say probably not with Resident Evil Last Escape, where the fuck this is.
Okay, so like for example, Amnesia was.
Right.
We have the Alone in the Darks ranked, and those are back to being unranked. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and nothing. We had a bunch of games that
we did have a lot. Okay, so I'll put them in there periodically. I'm looking at the video right now.
When we get there, we'll put them in there. We'll know.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that big of a deal. I'm just saying. But that one definitely wasn't ranked. And then we skipped Silent Hill because you wanted to play before we ranked.
I wanted to at least get it started so I can at least talk about a little bit of it.
Right. Well, no, I played Silent Hill Downpour.
I think it's pretty much all these. I think.
I played Silent Hill Downpour though, and Origins. I played Origins.
Didn't you say you didn't play enough of it? Because we had it listed and haven't played last time.
Yeah, I guess so then. Sure. I mean, I played enough of it. I think Origins I played a long time.
That was also listed in there. Did you want to rank it? Though?
Yeah, it was probably just because
we can rank it if you want to.
I haven't played it in a long time, probably. So yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
It looks like everything is stuff.
Yeah, the Echo Knights belong in there. The Sirens.
Everything there until I can't even see what the fuck that says. Haunted Mansion, I think. All the way to Haunted Mansion are games we haven't played, which is on this third row, now second.
Yeah, so it looks like it just got rid of our haven't played for some reason.
Yeah, and if there's anything there, Matt, that you've played, let us know.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I figured that's what it is. Did you play Amnesia though?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You can rank that.
Oh, I played Siren Blood Curse.
Oh, there you go.
That's the PSN game, right? On PS3.
Yeah, it's the PS3 one. Yeah, I never played that one. I heard it was really good.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's a little jank, but that's the one where you hide, like where you were hiding in the closets and you get the double vision. Yeah, that game is really cool.
Yeah, I love the original. I never played that one though.
Yeah, the episodic shit is I think the way it was released, I remember it being episodic. I wasn't too wild about that, but the game itself is really fun. It's a strong B. It's a strong B, I would say.
Okay. All right. That's what I would say the original Siren is. I think maybe a low A.
Yeah, I don't think I played the original. Just the PS2
the original is the same concept. It's just on the PS2. I think it has less of because that Blood Curse one I think had was kind of like a teenage cast. I think, right? I want to say I never played it.
It could have been. I don't remember the cast too well, but it was pretty creepy.
So unless
Siren is all right.
Unless you want to re-rank or rank Origin score, then that's the list.
No, that's okay. That's fine. I played it a long time ago, but I don't remember. All I remember is that it's a solid Silent Hill game. I don't know.
Cool. All right. So let's start this off then. So Silent Hill 2. So I got through just the very beginning. It froze on me, so I lost a lot of save data. I made it to some part into the apartment. I didn't. It is, but that's fine with me. But I've never played Silent Hill before. Are they all tank controls for a while, or are they just always?
Yeah, not all of them, but a lot of them. The good ones are at least. Yeah, the damn good ones are at least.
Okay.
You can debate on Shattered Memories. I really like Shattered Memories personally, but
from what I've played so far, I like the vibe of it. I like the fog. The fog's just a nice little technical way of hiding the constant loading in the game.
That's why everybody hated the 360 game.
Why is that?
The 360 version, because they got rid of a lot of the fog. Because the 360 could run it, so I guess Konami thought, well, we could show more of the environments and let's clear up a lot of this fog. So, and it looks really bad. You can see the cutoff area where the fog is.
Oh, really?
The area.
Oh, I'll have to look at
that. That's and also they changed the voice acting. They got James, which I get it, but the voice acting is terrible.
You get why, right? You're right. I think I told you why, right?
Yeah. Huh?
I think I told you why, right?
Why what?
Why they have different voice acting?
The original audio was fucked up or whatever.
They lost it.
Yeah, they lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just. I'm sure they could have figured something out. People fucking have emulators up on PC, so I guess they could have just taken the audio from there. But
yeah, as initial impressions, it's just very hard to get used to because I had no idea what I was getting to and going in.
Right.
So far, I'm really digging the vibe. I love the sound effects so far.
The sound of design in all the Silent Hill games, even the bad ones, usually are great.
Yeah, so far I'm loving that.
Yeah.
And Man, those things that just fucking crawl away from you after you knock them on the ground.
Yeah. When you beat them over the head and then they're on the ground, and you're like, they're dead.
And then they're dead. And then they go.
Your radio's still going nuts.
And they and then they just like crawl away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's
okay.
That's some good stuff.
I'll fight a necromorph any day. I don't want to fight one.
But that's all I have. But what do you guys say about it?
It's an S.
Oh, phenomenal! Yes, easily an S tier game.
It's not an easy game to play now. I'm sure compared, like, it doesn't hold your hand too. So dude, backtracking is a big thing in all these games. Like more so, I feel like in Silent Hill, because Resident Evil there is, but Resident Evil, I feel like you know those environments so much, and also they're not all like darkly lit and fucking like as moody as Silent Hill.
And it's very slow.
It's slow, and also the combat's not the best. I mean, it's not the best.
It doesn't even tell you how to fight. You gotta like kind of just push all the buttons and figure out what to do.
You have combos in the game too.
What?
If you press, kind of. If you press the square button, like if you tap it, you do one kind of attack, and if you mash the button hard, then you do a different attack, right? There's like it uses the PS2 controller in a cool way. Like a lot of games don't really use it. Where if you tap a button, just like tap it softly, then you do one attack, and if you mash it like hard, then you actually
pressure sensitive.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's yeah.
So I'm guessing it's not like that on Xbox then. So I wonder what the Xbox transition is.
I don't know actually. I have no idea. I barely played it on Xbox though. Like I played it when it first came out, and I was like, man, I got probably past our apartment. I was done.
I played this on the original Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. I played it on PS.
Yeah.
I never actually played the updated version. I guess I did because I played the 360 one. But
for me, like the setting, the atmosphere, the whole vibe of the game is like an S tier. Playing the game is like a D tier because I didn't play this when I was young. I played this like 5 years ago.
Right.
It is not that great to play, my dudes.
No,
it is not aged super well.
The camera's awkward.
The camera's awkward as all hell, dude.
Yeah, but it adds to it. It really does. Like it makes it way more disorienting and just very, very.
It's got Resident Evil syndrome, which is someone that for someone that hasn't played those, the way I would describe that I know of is
it's very much a survival horror of its time.
Yeah, and the complicated controls and camera add to how hard it is to manage. Because if everything is fluid, it's kind of like how Resident Evil got like towards like 6. Once everything is fluid, it doesn't feel as scary.
Well, because you can say that, but then when Resident Evil 2, the remake came out, it's just like fucking, it's fluid as fucking. It's still, I thought it was still fucking scary. Like,
sure, but
I never thought Resident Evil was as scary as Silent. Definitely not. Silent Hill. Silent Hill was way fucking scarier than Resident Evil.
But with
but Resident Evil, like after you play it the first time and then you play it again, it's just like, all right, you're good. You're not gonna be scared.
Sure.
I mean, you're gonna get jump scares, but you're not gonna be like, oh, I can't fucking walk down this hallway, bro. I'm scared.
With Resident Evil 2 versus 6, though, 6 felt it might be the action though, because they had to make it a lot more fast paced. But Resident Evil 2, it was fluid, but it was also still very slow. You know, like you weren't running. You had like maybe a fast like tempo jump.
There's a strategy to the original Resident Evil games that I love, where you have to decide whether to fight or not.
Sure.
And when you first play, you don't know that I should save my ammo for a boss because you know there's a fucking boss coming up. So when you play the original Resident Evil games, you're like, oh, I'm wasting all my ammo because these fucking zombies are scary, bro. I'm not running past them. They might grab me. I want them dead. And then you waste all your ammo. Silent Hill's not really like that because you have like an infinite fucking
stick
pipe pretty much. So you just like fucking, and you don't want to use your ammo anyway because it's really
and there's no health bar.
It's way more awkward anyway. So it's just fucking, you know.
There's no health bar too, which is bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, well, the original Resident Evil games didn't have the health bar either. You had to go into the menu just like Silent Hill.
Yeah. Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the remake did the same thing, right?
Yeah, they did. And what was actually cool is like on the Dreamcast iterations of the games, they actually had the heart monitor on the VMU, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah, from what I played,
the only reason why the Wii U is cool because it's like that again. It would be like playing the Wii U.
So from what I played, it's very bizarre and it's not hand-holdy. So I'm getting lost in it. Having to kind of find this out, so it's probably gonna be a longer game for me. So I'm gonna get started with it after the podcast, actually. But I like it so far, though. I like the vibe of it.
Yeah, it's good vibes.
So obviously I can't rate. I want to talk about it at least though. It's not just say that I'm going in blind. But so we got 2 S tiers.
I'm still going. I get it. It's not. I have to rate it based on the time when it came out. And when I was a kid, it was fucked up. Like I played it with a friend, and it still fucking scared us. Like in his living room at daylight, we would play it, and because he owned it, I didn't know it. Because I was poor. But and now I own it, so I don't hang out with that guy. I hope he doesn't have the fucking game anymore. I do. I fucking got it. I got it. Yeah, fuck you. Nah, he's all right. But we played that and it was really fucking scary. Like that game fucking freaked me out so much so that the third one freaked me out more. But 2, like by the time you get to Pyramid Head fucking doing his stuff,
is that far in?
We got to that. No, when you first see Pyramid Head, no, it's like an hour and a half.
All right, so it must be like kind of like on the cusp of where I'm at then.
Yeah, because first time you see him. The first time you see him, I'm like, fuck that. I don't ever want to see that again.
So
yeah, no, Pyramid Head definitely fucking makes his presence known.
Okay, because I got through and then it froze on me. And I played through again and I wasn't aware how the health worked, so I wasn't sure I didn't know you could pause it or look at it. So I just died.
What'd you put the combat difficulty on?
Normal.
You should put it on easy. Because the difficulty for that isn't the game is annoying when it comes to
I'm not far enough in.
You have to restart the game.
I'm not far though.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
right.
yeah.
Put it on the easiest difficulty. It's really just it's one of those things where like it's scary when they show up and they start attacking you, but as soon as you start attacking them and you have to hit them like 8 times to kill one enemy.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be times where you have to fight multiple at a time.
That's a good call because I
put the puzzle difficulty on maybe the highest.
Really? Okay.
I love the puzzle. The puzzles are great. I love them.
Okay.
I remember Silent Hill 3 having some of the best ones.
Good call. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then 2 S's and then Matt, what's your actual verdict on Silent Hill 2?
I'll give it a B.
Okay. All right. I think that's still S tier, is low S, right?
I just don't enjoy playing it, but I can respect it.
Cool.
Okay. That's fine right there.
Amnesia.
I haven't played it. Again, I watched the whole walkthrough for it. About 3 times, but I'll never fucking play that game.
So I played a little bit of this on stream, probably like an hour and a half. The sway really gave me motion sickness. I didn't know there was
on Xbox, right?
On PlayStation.
PlayStation. Okay.
And I didn't know I didn't know they had motion like kind of like a motion with every single move. So that fucked me up more than I expected. I like the vibe of that as well, though. It really, even though nothing's happened, you can tell there's tension there, and you hear that again, just like any good horror game, the sound design is phenomenal. I think you can just constantly hear stuff, and there's like weird stuff happening around you. You're like, something's fucked up is happening, and that's not me. I'm not moving right now, and there are noises. And
so Silent Hill does the same shit.
And I love the note that you got where it kind of started to put things into motion, where it's like, also there's a shadow behind you, always behind you. Watch it. I'm like, cool, thanks.
This is one of Kyle's like favorite games ever, so he's not here to suck it, I guess.
I feel like we ranked it last time, but you didn't want to rank it because you were.
He said his words with it. Do we remember what he said? Like actual rank?
No, I don't. Really,
why don't I message him really quick?
I don't remember anything he usually says.
I'll message him what he says, and we'll come back to that.
All right, what's the next one? I can't even tell what it says.
Hell Light or Hell Knight? Hell Knight.
Nope. I haven't played it.
Never heard of it.
All right.
Yeah, I never heard of it. House of the Dead 2 and 3, I think. Right?
Yeah, I thought you said you played Amnesia. Did you not?
Oh, I did, but I thought you said we were gonna wait for Kyle.
I can, but what do you want to say about it?
It's really boring. It's a C.
That's all you wanted to hear what Kyle had to say first.
Yeah.
All
right. House of the Dead 2 and 3.
This is David and Gore right here.
Hell yeah.
Great light gun
fucking shit.
I mean, it has some of the best voice acting possible. It's great. you know Resident Evil voice acting is bad. That you haven't played a House of the Dead fucking game. So those are ridiculous. I love it. What's his name? Who's the fucking main bad guy?
Oh shit!
The business guy. He's like,
I want to say G, but I know that's not
G,
it.
Right.
He's one of the main characters. Yeah.
No, not G. You're right.
Oh,
who's the? Is it G? Are you sure? I don't remember the story of fucking House of the Dead. I mean, very much of a story.
I was gonna say, pays attention to the story.
I don't either. But yeah, the voice acting is really bad. Go look up like maybe some cutscenes. It's really.
So can I ask you guys, why is it only House of the Dead 2 and 3 and not 1? Is that just because?
I think 1 is just really outdated. That's why. I think 2 and 3
were just bundled together on the Wii, and that's why it's on this list.
No, I know that, but I was curious as to why they would bundle those 2 on Wii and not
1 is very outdated.
Okay.
I believe 2 and 3 are.
It's a lot slower of a game too.
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 are the more popular ones also. Okay. So. Just like when they came out with that Dragon Ball Z Budokai collection, they said fuck 2 and just went 1 and 3. It's like, yeah, it's probably the best idea because nobody liked 2.
Is that what
2? Stupid ass board game fucking story mode.
Yeah, but 2 also have like the hilarious fusion characters like Gokul and shit.
I don't even remember.
Does it say 1 and 3 when packaged?
No, I think it does, but it's just called Budokai Collection, but it says like includes Budokai 1 and 3. So,
yeah,
I have it. I could look, but I'm pretty sure that's what it says.
All right.
But anyway, I mean they're great light gun shooters. I think that's honestly everybody says like Wii does the best when it comes to like dance games and like even like sports games. There's so much shit in that section of the Wii, and I'm sure there's a lot of bad light gun shooters. But when it comes to like the really good ones, they're up there like with the best. Dead Space, I think it's great. The other House of the Dead game is great. These are great. I mean, that's like it. But the Resident Evil games are great. I give these a B for sure. Maybe even a high.
I'd easily give them a high A. It's one of those things that 2 is one of the best of the series. Scarlet, the new one that is only in very limited arcades right now, really fucking hard, but really fucking good. And honestly, this series, well, its story would not hold any rewards right now. It's stayed in public consciousness for a reason. They're fantastic fucking rail shooter light gun games, and highly recommend anyone play them if they haven't yet.
I want to. I need to look for them. It's not that expensive too, right?
That one's not expensive. It's like $20. I think you can get it for.
Look at that.
You get one of those zappers or whatever.
Yeah, Dead Space and House of the Dead together.
Yeah, those are two great light gun shooters. I guess you want to call them. Dead Space Extraction actually has a story though. So, what is that? I can't tell. Right.
And it's on Wii.
Is it gonna be like a Fatal? No, we did Fatal Frame games.
It's got a black Wii label. And
I'm not sure.
It's European. Let's see. I'll look it up.
Yeah, they did the black labels
not European, my guy.
for when they're supposed to be like M-rated over there. But I don't know much beyond that.
Just put it half and finished, so we're gonna be here forever. Fucking figuring out which ones.
Okay.
Adrian's determined.
I'll look for it, but continue.
Is this Juggernaut? Is that?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No.
Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
The first time a movie embraced a meme was almost 15 years ago. I guess didn't play. I don't know what the fuck it is. I did play this next game though.
Let's hear about this one. I've heard about this one.
This game. All right, so this game is actually one of the rarer games on the Wii. It's like I think a $50 game. It is about 2 hours long, and it is literally just you walk around a house with the Wiimote. I think you only use one Wiimote too. I think you like look and then hold one button to move, and you have to get the batteries. I think they make noises in the remote. Yeah. I believe. You'll hear the cat too, like the cat kid, wherever his name, like meows or whatever. The fuck, I don't understand why, but he does. And then of course the girl with the little broken neck thing, she does. And it's effective, I guess, because it is jump scares, but it's a bad game. It's literally you walk around, you have a battery. A flashlight, so you have to get batteries for it, and you just like figure out how to get out of there, and that's the game. And it's 2 hours long. There's like 5 different stories, I think, too, so they're each really short, obviously, and that's about it. And it's not very good. I'd say D, honestly, just for the weirdness of there being a grudge video game on Wii.
So where do you want this to be?
I'd say probably above Resident Evil Survivor. No, above Evil Dead. Evil Dead's a piece of shit. At least Ju-on functions.
Reasonable.
All right. What is that? Oh, that's that do game. It has like a K. It starts with a K, I think, right?
COVID.
Let's
see
if I can. COVID with a K. some Mortal Kombat.
Mortal COVID.
I never played it, so either way.
Into the haven't played pile.
I mean, I'm adjusting this on stream so we can zoom in and.
Yeah, I saw you just.
Same with those Japanese. We're gonna go fucking.
Yeah, we're gonna
speed run through some of these here.
All right, is that easier? Is that easier for you guys to see?
Yeah, I still don't know what the fuck it says though.
Okay.
Do you know what it says?
No.
This one, life.
It could be anything.
Yeah, I know Lifeline. I know that's Lifeline. That's the one where you talk into the microphone and try to tell her to do shit. And it does not fucking work. It's like, hey, you Pikachu, except you're controlling some Japanese anime girl. It's a horror game, huh?
And it says starts with K-O.
Yeah, I know it's K-O-U something. I've seen that game before. I've never played it though. So
anyway, Lifeline.
Lifeline. I can't remember if I ever played this or. It's just one of those games where you don't really play it anyway, and you just yell at the screen, so it feels like you've played it before, because I do that every day when I play a fucking video game anyway. I heard it's not very good. I'm going to say I haven't played it, though. I don't remember if I did. I heard it just, it's just voice recognition. You don't control that at all. You just got, you tell her, go through the door. Go through the fucking, shoot the monster. Shoot, oh, you're fucking dead. You don't listen to me. You can tell her to bark like a dog. I know that because of X-Play. And then she barks like a dog.
Kojika?
That's nice.
Oh, that's Martian Gothic something. Yeah, I have it on PS1. I never played it, but I heard it's a Resident Evil ripoff.
All right, so Kyle's low A for Amnesia, and you put C.
He gives
I
us
said
C.
C.
So let's put it right here.
Damn, that low, huh?
I thought Kyle loved Amnesia.
A low A. Yeah,
Guess
not
I
that
lost
much.
my mind.
Right. Next game was. Sorry, did you say anything for this or no?
No, never played it. All
right,
I did play the Monster House video game. I played the Monster House video game. I remember being a fucking generic, crappy ass. Like
these next three I haven't played for me. I'll be right back.
Where you going? Where you going?
Where you going?
Look at
Just going to the P store to make a deposit, I think.
All right, so these ones.
It's Monster House is a piece of shit. Put it in D. Yeah, I never played Nightmare Creatures 2, but I did play.
If anywhere you want to put in D?
Yeah. Right before Spirit Camera. Which is the fourth one. Or the third one, yeah. Nightmare Creatures 2 I never played, but I did play the first one. Played on N64. I remember not liking it because I thought the controls were terrible, but that's might be just because it was on N64. I didn't think it was scary either. It was more like, if I remember correctly, it was more like a beat 'em up. I just remember really not liking it. I heard it is good, but on N64, I did not like it. I remember really hating the controls. I'll say low C, just because I heard it's okay on PS1, so I have to take that in consideration. Yeah, I'm sure the controls are way fucking better on there.
Low C.
Yeah, I put it like, yeah, that's good.
Onimusha.
Onimusha, the original. Not really a horror game, but it has some horror elements to it. Yeah, it has the tank controls also, and also the fixed camera. So it's definitely a Capcom like Resident Evil style game, but it's definitely more action based. I mean, I love Onimusha, and I actually played it when it had the remaster last year. I thought it actually aged pretty well. Welcome back, boy. Oh yeah, that was the thing on here. Welcome
back. Where did Nightmare's Creature go? Where is it?
I put it low C because I played.
All right, that's reasonable.
Okay, Onimusha.
Onimusha. Honestly, I think it aged pretty well. I played it last year when it got re-released, and it's still pretty good. I'm gonna say low A, just from I loved it when I was a kid, and it's aged pretty well. I think.
David,
I'd say it doesn't really matter.
I think the third one's better
because I think it has aged okay, but it's not like stellar either.
No, but I'm still gonna I can't, just because the game sucks now.
It sucked back then. It sucks now.
Because I know it was a damn good game back then. But
all right, that's fair.
And it's aged well enough. I mean, it's almost a 20-year-old game at this point. Came out in 2000, right?
Fuck, is it really?
2000, maybe.
Yeah, you're old, David.
Yeah, I know. Goddamn.
All right.
I'd say right in between Eternal Darkness and that. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Overblood. Let's do the first one.
Haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
All right,
I've heard of it,
the second one now.
I've heard of it,
played it.
never played it.
All right, David.
You were like, let's do the first one. I was like, have they played these games?
Like he was acting like, oh, here's some good ass opinions coming up.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve, David.
Parasite Eve 2.
That's 2. Yeah, that's 2.
Fucking.
Is that 2? Oh.
Yeah, for the second one.
So they had it right that
second
time.
biggest letdown in the series.
Yeah, well, there's only 3 games.
All right,
so
start with the first one.
Fucking S tier for the first one. Parasite Eve is a phenomenal fucking game. It takes place after a movie of the same name.
Yeah, remember when Gore beat you at trivia for Parasite Eve?
Oh yeah. When I totally didn't guess it and got it right.
And still won.
Okay.
Listen here. Anyways, phenomenal fucking game.
He didn't say anything.
He's listening.
Still listening. He didn't say anything.
Continue. Phenomenal fucking game. S tier.
Phenomenal fucking Gore. Shut up.
Oh, thanks.
Now you got me.
Hey, that was very nice of you.
First fucking tier, great gameplay, great story. Aya Brea is waifu number 1 of Square Enix. S tier.
I don't think he said
They call Gore the PFG. Phenomenal fucking Gore.
PFG. Pretty fucking giant. No wait, hold on, I wasn't done.
You played. Oh yeah, hell yeah. All
I
right.
played it a long time ago though, so that's why I don't remember anything about it. But I do remember really like the combat system, because it's different. It's like Resident Evil if you combine it with a Final Fantasy game. So that's why I'm sure David really liked it. So
hell yeah.
You know what? That's fine. Put an S.
Where though?
Give David something. I would probably give it an A anyway, so it doesn't matter. It'll be an S. I don't know. I'll let David decide.
Put it right next to the Silent Hills.
So to the right or left?
That feels fair. That feels fair. Honestly.
Right above Doom. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
2. Where is it in F?
It's not an F.
Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely a mid C. It's not a good sequel, but it's not a horrendous game overall. It's more of a straight up just Resident Evil game with very, very light RPG mechanics.
Right.
And they do some weird shit with the story that I don't know. They went in a much different direction. Considering the timeline they had to work on the game, it makes sense. But man, what a fucking disappointment of follow-up. So yeah, about mid-C, I'd say.
Yeah, I never played it. So.
All right. Penumbra. What's this one?
Penumbra. Well, I didn't play any of the Penumbra games. It's from the Amnesia guys. So.
They're basically Amnesia, and
people would say they're better, which I've never heard.
Kyle fucking loves these games.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's who I'm hinting at when I say I heard people like them better. Yeah, I think Kyle's the only person I've ever heard say that.
You got rankings on these, Matt?
C's. They're kind of cool, but they're just boring. They're just like Amnesia. Overrated.
Yeah, put it right next to Amnesia. Oh wait, no, it went higher, right?
Yeah, it went B.
Yeah, he ranked.
Hey, if you want these games to be higher, you got to be here for the podcast, Kyle. If you're listening.
You know what? D.
Yeah, you know what? F just because Kyle's a fucker. Sorry.
D for being balls deep like Kyle.
I'm not gonna do it just to spite him.
No, do it.
We have some actual shit games on that D.
What? Ju-on's great. All right, what is it? Is this third birthday? Is their birthday here? Because that's the third fucking.
I don't think third birthday's on the list. I didn't see it.
You know what the fuck is that right there? Because it looks like what's her name? What does it say?
It's a PS2 game, David. You should know.
Oh, then I probably know what it is too. I just can't tell from that fucking box art because I've never seen that box art in my life.
It's very generic box art and letters I can't fucking read.
They picked a box art that I've never seen before for whatever fucking game this is.
Okay.
I can't tell just from the half of a face.
It says, fuck, I can't.
Reverse Google image search.
Let's see.
See, I wish they would have had it so that way when you hover your mouse over it, put fucking text on what the hell it is.
Yeah.
That would be the new wave.
That'd be too easy.
All right, while I'm doing that, Primal.
Primal's great. I love Primal. Oh god, I think it's a solid. It's not really a horror game though. It's more like an adventure game, but it has like a horror like element to it because there's vampires and there's gargoyles and spooky stuff like that. But it's not really a horror game. I'd say it does fit well with these just because of its setting. It's not a scary game. I can't. What happened? What are you doing? It's best.
My window was above you guys for a second. You guys are good now.
High B.
David, agree?
High B. I think it's a very underrated game. Really good.
I haven't played it.
Really good. Okay. I don't know how well it's aged, but
high B.
I remember it being really good. Yeah.
Raw Danger.
Raw Danger. Sequel
Never
to
played.
Disaster
All right,
Report.
I do have the game now. If you guys want to go back really quick.
What is it? What is it?
Phase Paradox.
Never fucking heard.
Never played it.
I don't know if that came to America. I've never heard of that. Phase Paradox.
Japan only.
Like phase. How
No, I think that was a game that had an English voice acting for it. It was subbed in Japanese, but it still only got a Japanese release for some reason.
How do you spell phase? Because I'm sure they spelled it fucking
No,
weird.
it's regular.
It's regular.
It's Japan only though.
PH.
Okay. No, I've never. No. It's a shoot 'em up. Oh, that's why fucking fuckboy over here knows what it is. David.
That was mean.
Oh yeah.
I know. That's why I said it. All right, put it in. Haven't finished, I guess, or played.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Raw Danger.
All right, Raw Danger, sequel to Disaster Report. Now it's water you have to deal with besides earthquakes. It's really good. I think it's a solid sequel. It's not as memorable as the original. Like this one focuses more on just the horror of the elements more so than the characters that are in the environment while that happens. Because there's characters. It's just not as focused on that, and there's not as much of a story from I remember. But still good. Still really good. I give it a low B. It's a good one. Still. That's I love that series. It sucks that the fourth game ended up being really, really poorly optimized.
Also, that one game we couldn't figure out. This one. That one is
Kodo something.
Kudelka.
Okay, I don't know.
I
know it's really rare. I know it's really rare on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was released.
I think it's a part of a series. Look it up. I think it's a part of like some other series. I want to say it is.
It was the foundation of the Shadow Hearts series.
There you go, Shadow Hearts. There you go. Which Shadow Hearts is coming up and
released
right after
on my birthday. So that means no one cares.
Oh, it came out right when you came out.
No, like about 8 years afterwards.
Oh, well, you're a late starter.
8 years.
Took a while to get adjusted to life.
I'm gonna leave that image search up now in case we need it.
He was a breech birth, so it took a while.
All right, Run Like Hell.
All right, Run Like Hell is
about it, but
all right. Run Like Hell has a badass opening because you all right. It's not bad. I shouldn't say that, but it opens like you want a horror game, an action horror game to start. You start off, you have this like female character that's with you. You're just like this badass military guy. And you have this annoying female character with you that's like your sidekick, and you're investigating something. A fucking monster bursts in, bites the woman's fucking head off immediately. She's fucking dead, and you, like the title says, you fucking run like hell out of there. And then right after that, I think that I could be wrong. The health pickups. I know these are definitely something you drink in the game. I can't remember if they're health pickups though. But one of the consumables in the game is Ball's energy drink. So,
hell yeah, Balls is great.
Hell yeah. Run Like Hell's not that great, but I kind of like it. I remember
the intro.
I never finished it, but the intro was bad.
So if you just raise the intro,
like you think this girl's gonna be with you the entire game, and immediately it's like, nah, fuck this. We're immediately gonna kill your sidekick, and then you have the rest of the game like by yourself, pretty much. Not really.
They're about to say side chick.
Right. Well, yeah.
But if it was just the intro, what would you rate it?
Well, I played the game actually.
But let's just say I know. But let's.
Oh, the intro is like an S tier.
All right, so if they stop the game,
if they stop the game right there, it would have been great.
$60.
Also, the title's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a title as good. But yeah, the game itself's not great. I'll give it a C though.
What's that? What's that other game that's come out from the Payday guys? That's supposed to be like the.
Oh.
It had a name that's not this, but it reminds me of this.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, or something like that, or
GTFO.
Yeah,
I don't think that's from the. Well, I think it's from like people that worked on Payday, but it's not from the studio.
Right. All right, run like
'cause
hell.
I heard that game's actually really good. It's already out. It's in early access.
All right, where are we putting this?
C. I said just middle C.
C.
So put it. You know what? Put it right next to Extermination. That's perfect. Both of them have badass intros where they kill off characters that seem like it's the white case right next to Evil Dead. So, yeah, right there. Put it right there. Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Run like hell gets higher just for run like hell's better just because of a cooler name.
Sure. All right, Shadow Hearts. I never played Shadow Hearts 1, and I guess that's the more horror themed one. But I did play From the New World, which is more of a regular JRPG. So, and that's not there. So I can't say anything about Shadow Hearts. I do have it though. So
I can. Fuck.
Oh, you can?
No. Oh yeah, I can. So Shadow Hearts is an ugly looking fucking game.
Well, yeah, for now, yeah, it's very gray. I know that. I've seen the fucking.
Well, even just it looked like they were trying to go for a unique art direction, but it almost kind of has like that early 90s CGI look in like when people were still trying to figure out how they wanted to animate their models, and it looks just fucking gross.
Awesome.
And I hate the fucking combat system. You go into it, the most you usually hear about Shadow Hearts is like, okay, it's a horror RPG. Great, give me my fucking Final Fantasy style combat. I like my RPGs. Give me that. I love that shit. And then there's a clock mechanic where when you fucking take your action, it's basically this roulette wheel that spins in the shape of a clock. And depending where it lands, it'll either hit, miss, crit, or critical miss. And it completely alters combat. So regardless of what you want to do, you got to basically time it around this thing. There's so many other elements that either speed up or slow down the clock, and it's a major function of the gameplay. And I'm sure if you like RPGs but want there to be more to it, kind of like how Legend of Dragoon had the like timing system, if you like that, you'll fucking love Shadow Hearts. But if you're like me and you hated the fucking timing system in fucking Legend of Dragoon, you're gonna fucking hate it even more in here. The combat system absolutely fucking ruins the game.
B.
Yeah, the D. I gotta throw it in D.
Where in D?
Damn.
Yeah, high D. I'm gonna say it's better than Homecoming, but
I don't think Homecoming's a D, honestly.
That's why is Homecoming in D? Because
I would say that was I think because Kyle gave it like a low a D or maybe
a low F.
I think he gave it an F or something.
A low F. Because Homecoming's not great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not terrible.
We revising that?
The only terrible Silent Hill game was like, I don't know, fucking
Book of Memories.
Yeah, Book of Memories.
No, actually, Book of Memories we put higher, right?
No,
Book of Memories is higher.
Like
yeah, it's right there.
You can't do Dirty like that and undo his score when he's not here, though.
Yeah, we can. Fuck him.
I don't know why. No, but hold on. What would you guys give it though?
That guy.
I think I did give it a D. Now that I'm thinking about it, because
I gave it a low C
towards the end.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what probably happened? They said D, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
I just wanted it to be over. Probably.
All right, Homecoming.
That's probably what happened. I'm not gonna fight for Silent Hill Homecoming. That's for sure.
That's the hill you're gonna die on. Yeah.
No. I mean, Silent Hill Homecoming has the better of the combat systems of the Silent Hill games. It still sucks.
All right, Traps the band.
Fucking great game. It's the fucking spiritual successor to Deception. Absolutely fantastic mechanics. Love the evolution of the trap styles. Interesting character, but not the greatest. I'd definitely say a mid B. Absolutely fantastic game.
All right, good. S tier for the next one.
Okay.
Put it in there. Don't even argue. Shut up. S tier.
Virtue's Last Reward.
Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. Honestly, I played that game back in 2012. same year as The Walking Dead. And I think I gave Walking Dead my game of the year that year, but honestly, after years and years, that might
it's a hard fight. It's a hard
not only
fight.
into my top 10 of the decade from last.
Your top 10 of all time.
It's probably somewhere in like my top maybe 20. I'd have to really look, like actually figure
that
out what the fuck would be
will eventually one day, not this year probably, but maybe next year.
999 first.
Yeah, but it'll probably be a Games Gone By.
Oh yeah.
What's that on?
Vita, 3DS, and PS4.
Yeah, it's on the PS4. It's the collection.
It's in the it's the Nonary games and PS4.
No, it's on the PS4. I mean, it's in the collection, but the third one's not, which is weird. But
yeah, which sucks.
Okay. That was the one that was missing for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, you can still get it. You can get that on PS4 for I think like $20.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap too. I agree. It's fantastic. It's so well written. The twists in there just like blow the fuck out of your mind. Like
it's so good.
Like you can't predict the twists that happen in that game. It's wild.
No.
Is 999 good on iPhone?
Yeah. It's more of a novel though.
So I actually started with 999 on there because does it say novel edition?
It has to be. I don't think there is a version of 999 on the phone.
I just searched what it was, and it was just it was a DS.
Because it might have just updated. They might have actually put the actual game on there now. Let me check.
Maybe they did. That'd be cool.
Let me check. So I started with the novel edition, which is great still, but let's see.
Oh yeah, the Zero Escape.
I can't find it.
They retroactively renamed it Zero Escape.
Oh, is it? That might be why.
Yeah, it's called Zero Escape now.
I can't find it on here.
Well, the game itself is known as Zero Escape.
Regardless of which one, sure. I'd recommend just getting the PS4 version. They go on sale pretty often. The PS4 version that comes with both the games. And then if you like those, then just go for the next one we're going to talk about. But man, Virtue's Last Reward is so fucking good. It's a long game, but it captivates you, and you just want to keep going, and it just fucks your mind.
And I think, I mentioned Silent Hill has like some great puzzles. I think the series is perfect here because it's creepy. There's a lot of like dark implications. And there's like a lot of horrific scenes in these games, and also the puzzles on point. They're really good. They're the type of puzzles that you really like. I did this when I did a playthrough for the third game. I had a notebook where I wrote down shit, and like on the PS Vita, you don't need to worry about that, or the 3DS because you can actually write notes in it. It has an actual section you can do that. But when I was playing on Steam, I was like, I have a book. I'm writing shit down and stuff. So it's one of those games where you really are. Like, and I love a puzzle game that lets you just like figure it out yourself. Really doesn't give you too many hints.
Yeah, and from what I remember, maybe one or two over the course of the games, like there were only a very like a minuscule amount that felt like, you know how every puzzle game feels like bullshit or something. You're like, oh, well, how'd they get to that point?
Oh yeah. Like you have to like it's like if Silent Hill does the same thing where you have to like do something where it's just like, and no one ever would have thought to throw that in there just to unclog something or whatever.
It's
like the sun puzzle in one is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like those old school point and click where you need to have that, but I think the puzzles in both Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma are pretty good. Like they don't ever feel bullshit. I think maybe one or two might, but from what I remember, I don't think that many at all. If at all.
I would love to go back to that. And
you went back to Bioshock Infinite, and that kind of got me going. Want to go back to other games like this one. This one specifically just kind of calls me every time I look at it.
I went to Bioshock Infinite to replay the DLC because I never actually replayed those. I only played them once. So back when
I never actually played the DLC for Infinite.
Oh, the DLC is so fucking good.
I didn't either.
Oh, they're so good.
I haven't either.
Oh, they really can. They can see. Well, all right. If you don't care about the story,
no, I liked it a lot. I like Bioshock Infinite a lot.
It continues the story.
Here's the thing. This is not related. Also, Ape says, do you think it's better than Danganronpa? We both haven't played Danganronpa, but that's like on our list.
I played Danganronpa. I played the first two.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, I think you obviously like this more. You like this more.
Well, I mean, they do have a continuing story, but it's not like Zero Escape really, where there's mystery. Don't get me wrong, there's mystery, but it's definitely way more over the top.
Zero Escape.
I love Danganronpa. Danganronpa is dark as well, but it's like more in a cartoony fashion. Where this one, Zero Escape, even though there's a lot of like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot of like
fucked up stuff.
It's supernatural sometimes and like science fiction elements to it. Danganronpa is way over the top, and like when people die, it's like, oh, let me put them in a giant oven or what? It's it's like
I've seen some clips from that. It's absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's over the top. So, but even though those ones are dark, it's still dark. Don't get me wrong,
but yeah, you say
I'm trying to say I love Danganronpa 1 and 2. I think they're great. 2 is excellent. It has one character turn in that game that's like, whoa, all right. It's like it's really good. But yeah.
But you like Zero Escape more.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Also, I wanted to say with you, Bioshock Infinite is so unfairly criticized by everyone, I think.
Yeah,
I love Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, but that game above any other game that I can think of has the craziest turnaround of opinion, where that game came out and it was like 10 out of 10 for everyone, and then like 2 months later, everyone was like, yeah, you know what, that game wasn't that good, and people
I don't like it.
People do that for every game. But that game for sure, like for whatever reason, just everyone just wanted to hate that game after a few months, and I don't get it, honestly.
I don't understand. I really do. I can't even like think of why. I know some people don't like the gameplay, but I thought the gameplay was great. I don't know. Like I love using all the different vigors and combining them with the different weapons. The only thing I wish they could change in Bioshock, and I was hoping they'd do that in the remaster, but they never did, is just allow you to carry all your guns. Because in the original Bioshock, you could just carry all of them. You just have a nice Doom style fucking selection of guns that you carry around. But in Bioshock Infinite, you can only carry 2 at a time. But that's like my only criticism of the gameplay. I think it's great. All the sky hooks and stuff, all that stuff is awesome. I love it.
Anyway,
Skylines are great.
Virtue's Last Reward is fucking incredible. Everyone needs to play that series in general. I mean, you only got 3 games.
Honestly, I like it more than 999. So 999 is great though.
I'll put it up higher. I'll put it up at the top, honestly.
No, Doom could be there. It's fine. I don't know why it's the PS1 version of Doom, but whatever.
All right. Speaking of Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. This was cool to have. It's just cool to have because if you were around for that series, this game was never going to get made after Virtue's Last Reward. Virtue's Last Reward leaves. It's a very compelling story on its own. But one of the things that not a lot of writers are able to do, which is like leave it open ended, but also give you a finality to it too. So it's like, this game can happen, and we'd like it to happen. But if it didn't happen, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But you'd want it to happen.
I would want it to happen. And then when it got confirmed, I was like,
this was part of the. Was it part of the Operation Rainfall? Or was it something? No, I don't think so. It was
Operation Rainfall.
That was Xenoblade. Yeah, no, there was an operation by fans to get this game coming to the.
I'm
just
sure.
In general.
Operation Clover, because everybody likes Clover. It's a little weird.
And then
very weird actually.
I remember that when it was shown off at that panel, that was super cool. Yeah. But overall, it took a dip. I think because of not only the fact that the writer wasn't able to know he wasn't sure if the series would continue. And I think he opened up so many doors that he didn't know how to close them all. But with that said, it was still a fantastic game.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I thought the puzzles were still on point. The story had a few loose ends if you played the last game. If you didn't play the last game, I don't think you'd be too confused on what the hell's going on here. You just be like, okay, these characters have history. No, I don't think you would really, because you'd be like, all right, they have history, fine. But there's times where I feel like if you played the last game and then they address things, I'm just like, okay, they don't really address it as much as they should have.
See,
like there's things into the second game that they don't really address almost at all.
Yeah.
And if they do, they don't address it enough where I'm like, oh, that's satisfying. It was more like, okay. Like, and it kind of is weird because they also focus not heavily, but like more towards a brand new character, which I always think is weird when they do that. Like you have 2 characters you could focus on from the previous 2 games as your main character, but then they bring this new guy in, Carlos. I don't even remember him, but he's the baseball guy.
Yeah.
But it's weird because he had almost no point in the plot just to be the new guy. He's just a new guy.
Yeah, no, I was going to say you hit on a really good point there that I think is the biggest critique I have of Time Dilemma is that I shouldn't say I hate, I get it why, but it's kind of a pet peeve of mine and it's unfortunate because it's not really a fixable issue, is when games accommodate for new players because it sort of just like really kind of slows down the investment for older ones. Unless you're really smart with it, I think it's hard for you to do. So like that's kind of like why I'm also a little weird about like always want to play the first game, because I just feel like even though if it doesn't have a connection, even if it has no connection whatsoever, I want to play the beginning, because that's just how I feel like as a storytelling. Again, even if it has no relation, I just feel like the storytelling, even just knowing the progression of how the game has gone, I like to know from the get go. And I feel like Zero Time Dilemma kind of, again, I'm not trying to say in a negative way. I get why. It makes sense why financially too. It's like you don't want to pander to an already small market that VLR already was, right? VLR already didn't sell amazingly. It sold okay, but you don't want to like make it so we're selling it to just those people and it's going to sell less because it's just like by nature, you know? So they want to make it more open. But by then too, just because they open the game more, it kind of feels like storytelling sometimes takes it off beats, you know, where it's like, oh, they're re-explaining this character. We're like, we already fucking know this character. Like, why are we really getting reintroduced like in a weird way? But again, it makes sense. But I think the biggest issue was it didn't trust, or it didn't really take into consideration the momentum it had behind the first two games, being that it was a finality, and it kind of like took a little step back because it was like, oh, like we said, there's new characters all of a sudden, because you got to have a new character to welcome the new players. But that feels weird for us that we've like, we know these characters, we want to focus on these guys.
Especially they don't really tie him into the story enough, where I think he had like one little thing that had to do with the story.
Sure.
If I remember correctly, but I don't remember. I don't know.
Because the cool thing with VLR is it's such a fucking weird cast of people, and yet it makes sense. It's kind of weird. It's weird because it just makes sense. Same thing in 999, honestly.
The new cast of characters in Zero Time Dilemma are fucking weird too. But
and
there's one character that has a turn in who she is. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I need to play that game again. I'm gonna do that soon.
You'll know.
There is a walkthrough if you want to watch that game of Gores on YouTube. But,
but you could see me like fucking not see an obvious fucking puzzle about 8 times in a row. I'm like, I don't get this one. Even though it says like 111 on the screen, I'm like, I don't get it. What's the code? Maybe I have to count all the pills.
But only watch that if you've played the first two. Really quick, also going back to
I never played the first two as a playthrough though. I should mention.
Sure. Really quick, AP Running says going back to it. Did Infinite have a controversy? I don't think it did. Did it?
No.
No, I don't think it had any real major controversy.
I think people were just upset that it was a little bit more of a not generic, like just an FPS. Because Bioshock was definitely not a generic FPS. It definitely, like, dude, the best weapon in that game is the fucking wrench. So it's I think you know, you free somebody and they fucking hit him with a wrench. That's like the best combo in the game. Or shock them too. You can do that too.
Yeah. The biggest controversy I think it had was people were really upset about the cover art, and that kind of set the tone for the game.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, it wasn't.
I guess
just
it was
Bioshock.
Different than that demo that they showed that one time.
Oh yeah. It went through a lot of changes. The demo was really cool because he had like a lot more personality to some of the characters. Like I don't know, you have to watch it. But
cool. It
was really cool. Like she puts like an Abraham Lincoln mask on or whatever, and I don't know. You have to watch it. But it's interesting. I would have loved to got that version. I would have loved if in the game you go to a different universe and there's the original gameplay there or whatever when you rip a tear or whatever. Which that sounds weird. But I'd still, I still give Zero Time rip and tear until it's done. I guess
I give this an A.
I was about to say I still give it an A. I feel like we shit on it a little bit too much because I still think it's great. And by the time it was over, I was satisfied.
I think if we go back, we'll enjoy it more. I just think that it was the fact that we waited so long and that it didn't answer everything we wanted, because we hyped ourselves up. Every fan hyped themselves up for that, and it was kind of hard to live up to. It was one of those kind of like you got a lot to live up to, and it sucks. But
also the animations, you can tell it's a very low budget. Like the second one, it kind of worked for that game because I guess you're playing on 3DS and Vita. But now, I think Zero Time Dilemma came out. I think it might have. It came out on Steam day one. I'm not sure if it came out on PS4 day one. So it's just like one of those things where you play it on Steam.
It did have a lower budget. That's why.
I know that. Yeah. Which I was surprised they even went with 3D. I thought maybe they'd do 2D again.
They should have went 2D. Honestly, I think
2D would have been cool. I would have been fine with that. I love the 2D in the 999.
So, dude, the one big twist in Time Dilemma I don't want to say it, but like there's like an obvious one that you should know all the way through, but you don't, and it's kind of silly, but it's such a cool twist still.
Well, yeah. I don't know if that one's obvious. If I'm thinking of the right one.
Yeah,
but
I think
it is
we
like
are.
when it happens, it's like
You're like, what?
Yeah.
And you kind of want to scrub through the entire game. Like, hold on, is that true?
It's the one. Well, that's the one time where if you didn't play the last game, then you'd be like, "What the fuck?" It's like you'd be like, "What?" I wonder if we're talking about the same twist because there's a few twists.
There's one where it happens and you want to scrub through the entire game again, thinking like, did they really stay consistent about that?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That reveal was weird.
That reveal in that certain puzzle. It's so long ago that it's hard to describe. But there's a certain puzzle that hints at that, and you're like, it's funny because when you have that, and you're like, those are weird answers.
Yeah.
And then you come back, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It was a cute twist, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Let's stop talking about it.
Yeah. Zombie U.
All right.
It was an okay game. I like the premise of it.
Great concept.
I had an actual use of the controller.
I almost wish this game
didn't exist.
Like it's like I wish it wasn't. It's because it's a roguelike. I mean, I guess that was at a time when people didn't call it a roguelike, so nobody said
permadeath. They said
roguelike. Permadeath, yeah. But it's a roguelike because you die, you come back, you can go get your stuff back again from your zombified corpse. You know, you're a different character now. And you just make progression slowly as you go, and you kind of upgrade yourself a little bit here and there while you go. But I just wish it wasn't that. I just wish it was like I kind of just wish it was just a regular fucking game, honestly. Like because
I just wish it was fun or good.
Yeah, if it was fun or like because it has the atmosphere and it is actually scary. And I love the way they use the gamepad. Even though when I played it again on Xbox later when I got ported, I was perfectly fine with what I had to do on there. It wasn't like I missed the Wii U pad. But yeah, it's disappointing. It was a launch game too, so it was like one of those weird ones Nintendo did where it was a launch game for the Wii U. It was like this ultra violent fucking zombie game.
Oh, what's it with Nintendo? Whenever they want to get like really M-rated, they go with some paranormal shit with the Geist and then zombie U.
Zombies aren't paranormal.
Supernatural, I should say. Supernatural.
No, they're not. They're real. What are you talking about?
Ooh, spooky.
Haven't you seen Walking Dead? It's
no.
the scariest show on earth.
No, we're gonna get to it when Survival Instinct.
You ever see the last season where they just shoot at each other behind fucking barrels? I like how fucking episodes.
I like how Survival Instinct's here, but not the original Walking Dead, or Telltale Walking Dead.
Well, that's not a horror game. Survival Instinct is technically a horror game.
All right, Zombie U.
C.
I'd say C.
Zombie D, they should call it, because they should go in the
Zombie
tier.
And David, you have any ranking on this?
Yeah, C.
C it is, boys.
Low C.
Fuck me.
That's the lower C.
Put it next to Clock Tower for you.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, Zero Story, I think is what it's called.
Nobody played it, right?
Did not play it.
All right, Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, baby.
We need a fucking sequel.
Well, we're kind of getting one now, so just play the DLC, chump, for Control. If you're confused, I actually just started playing the DLC for that game. Actually, the standalone expansion thing.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, American Wasteland or something.
American Nightmare.
American Wasteland. American Wasteland. He's on a skateboard.
Yeah. Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
No fucking walls.
Yeah, graffiti on the wall. Bam, Margera's there. But Alan Wake, I love. I actually beat this game like 3 or 4 times. I actually love it because the gameplay is awesome. The story is really intriguing. And there's something about just a horror game that is scary, but lets you fuck up whatever's trying to scare you that I love. I can play those. Those are fun. And Silent Hill 2 is a little different because the atmosphere and just the overall tone really gets to me. And also it's hard to play. Obviously, we talked about that. And that's the reason why that game like fucks with me way more. Same thing with Silent Hill 3 and 1. But Alan Wake is just like one of those games where the gameplay is so sharp and good. And also you get some good weapons in it. And it's fun just to like douse the darkness off them or whatever. And then just fucking open fire and they just explode. And whenever somebody tries to hit you, you do that like that dash away and it like slows down. It's solid. The only thing I don't like is the dumbass birds that chase you and the stupid ass like objects that float and get thrown at you. That's the only thing that I don't like. Everything else is great though. So it has that badass moment where you're on the Rockstar stage or whatever, the concert stage.
Yeah,
it's like a horde of enemies showing up. It's like it's playing this awesome music and shit. It's good stuff. But yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I'd say low A, just because. No, I'll give it regular A. Never mind. I think it's great.
Yeah, that's why I put.
I
love how it's like episodic, where it has the
Yeah, and it has the soundtrack is fucking great in this game. It ends with each episode with a song, and each song is fucking really
good. And it's credits for each of them too.
Yeah, the credits are good too.
Is that
It's like perfect. That's how you should play the game. I think you should just play it. Maybe wait a day, not a week.
Sure.
And then play the next episode, and then when you're done, wait a day. Yeah.
Is that
I think that's good.
Is that Metal Gear Solid vinyl rare?
Which one?
I
don't know of one that's rare.
Wario 64 posted it. It's like $35, but
Kyle,
no, it's not that rare if they're making it $35, right?
Amazon had some in stocks. I wasn't sure, but I'm not into the series yet. Okay. Alice Madness Returns.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
I haven't played it since it came out. I remember it being fine, but
it's fine. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
gameplay wise, it's fine.
Yeah, actually, that's what I agree with. But the gameplay itself is fine. It's like just like hack and slash with some combos and shit. But I really like the atmosphere. I think they nailed that. I think it's really, I would say creepy, but it is creepy. But I wouldn't say like creepy in a horror game way. It felt more just like because everything's of like it's exactly what you expect a Alice in Wonderland game that's rated M to look like. It's very depressing looking for the most part, but it also can be very colorful but fucking weird and strange. I don't know. And it's bloody, so I don't know. I wouldn't really consider a horror game, really. I don't know. Like the first one's kind of a horror game. Just I don't know. I'd say a low B though.
David.
High C, low B. It was fine. That's the most I can say about it.
And then really quick, it says from what I've seen about Alan Wake, it looks like Luigi's Mansion with the shadows. Yeah, kind of. You got to keep the light focus on them, and then you got to take them.
It's like a good Luigi's Mansion, yeah.
All right.
I'm just kidding. To be fair, actually, no, I'm not kidding. I never liked the original Luigi's Mansion. Right. I do like the 3DS one.
Oh, Matt's pissed.
I started the Switch one, and Switch one's really good so far.
Switch one's great. Alien Isolation.
I haven't played it really.
This game is dope, but I think it goes on too fucking
long. Too fucking long.
Because after a while, you can go.
No, go ahead. You haven't talked about Wesley.
I was gonna say, for the first bit of that game, that alien is fucking scary. But when you're like 15 hours into that game, it just gets old and kind of annoying. When it kills you again, you're like, all right, Jesus Christ. Like, you can't make something like that scary for 20 hours straight. Like, it just doesn't. It shouldn't be as long as it is.
It's true because
it's very good.
It's funny because when you think about it, right, is it's hard to get scary when you got to come back to it. It's like, all right, cool, I'm done with the game. I played 5, 6, 7 hours on a long day. Maybe I'm gonna come back, get a good night's sleep, and come back and fight this thing again. You're not gonna really get scared by it. That's kind of why it's kind of like long form. I feel like movies at least kind of do it well because it's like you're in and you gotta stay in.
I think that the perfect way to play this game is there's a survival mode in the game, which is just hiding away from the alien, and play that for about an hour and you're good. You got the gist of what the game is, because the rest of it is you're fighting these stupid ass Working Joe robot guys, and they're not really. I mean, they're kind of creepy because they're just like robots and they have like the plain white looking faces. They look like mannequins trying to kill you. And they're kind of creepy, but for the most part, they're not. And I got about 7-8 hours in, and I'm just like, the autosave, there's no autosave, by the way. You have to save into the fucking things. And if you don't, you're done. And also the AI for the alien is great, but I feel like there's times where it's just like, you're not doing anything wrong. You're chilling. You're in the fucking locker. Whenever it goes up to the locker, you tilt back. You hold your breath or whatever the fuck you do. But it still kills you. It's like it knows exactly where you are. You chilled out there for too long, even though it can't see you. It's not even around. But now all of a sudden, it's just like it's here and it immediately jumps on you. And then you have to go back like fucking 30 minutes ago, sneak around. If that game had autosave and it was like, honestly, it was like 10 hours shorter because the game's like 20 or 25 hours.
You said you were 7 hours, and I'm like, okay, so he's like a third of the way through.
Yeah, I wasn't really that long. I think I was done with. I think maybe. Oh my god, I don't remember. It's been like 6 years now. Shit. Yeah, I was like about 7 hours in. I don't remember what section I was done. I remember the last thing I was doing was I was getting like a code to open a door. And that might have been like the third or fourth time you really have to face the alien. So
in 7 hours,
in 7. Well, no, but like the third or fourth actual section, because there's times where it fucks off and then it come back or whatever. But like there's like moments where you don't have to face them for a little while, and then you have to deal with the working Joes or the other people on the ship, and then he'll show up again. It is fun getting the alien to show back up just to kill like one of the other people that's like trying to kill you. That's fun though.
But then once you die and have to redo half an hour's worth of shit, I'm no longer scared, and I'm now just pissed. And
I hate losing progress is the worst.
And my immersion is totally broken. And I feel like this game does that sometimes.
Yeah. I remember there's a part where you have to climb up like a burning portion of the ship or whatever. And if you die there, you have to start over because it's like you have to sneak away from like a working Joe or something, and then the alien shows up, then you have to like turn the thing, and then you have to climb up this like burning part of the ship. And if you fuck up, like I think it's like quick time events, if you fuck one of them up, you're dead, and you have to start all over again. And it's nerve-wracking. I'll give it that. It's nerve-wracking. It makes it way more tense when you know you have to start over.
Yeah, but that's the tense part, is that you don't want to waste time.
Yeah. Well, the xenomorph is scary. The first time you see it, you're like, fuck this. I'm staying underneath this gurney. I'm not leaving. Fuck
That's the game.
I'm staying right here.
And then it finds you underneath the gurney.
Yeah, and then he fucking kills you.
All right. Ranking.
High B for me.
Yeah, I mean, from what I played, yeah.
Everyone's shitting on this game.
I played a couple hours of that survival mode. The survival mode's really fun, though. I mean, it is just go here, do the objective. It's exactly the same as the story mode, except there's no story. It's just go here, get this thing, and survive and hide from the xenomorph. Like, that's it.
All right, so, next one.
So much. Which one is this? Is this Resurrection?
Yes.
I think I played it. I don't remember though. I'll just put.
Don't really remember right now.
I played Trilogy though. Trilogy's
all right. Gore the movie god.
All right. Well, I'm sure everybody's played this besides you. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, but I just like your unboxing of this.
Matt, have you played this?
Is this Colonial Marines?
Yeah. I
heard it was I know all about. I mean, I'm familiar with the Colonial Marines. The memes.
Crony memes.
The Corona Marines.
The Colonial
Marines.
2012 Crony.
I'm familiar with the Corona memes, but I did not feel the need to go out and play this game myself. No, I feel like
if you ever want the scariest video on YouTube, is go watch Gore the Movie God's unboxing of the collector's edition of Colonial Marines.
Yeah. Well,
you bought the collector's edition?
Well, I was excited for the game. What the fuck?
Well, Gearbox lied.
Oh, we knew.
Gearbox
didn't know yet.
Gearbox literally. They lied by showing gameplay. They showed. You can look this up. It's actually true. They lied and showed gameplay for this game that was not at all in the game at all, and that was like a few months before the game even came out. They showed this gameplay, so it was gameplay that looked great. The motion tracker. It looked like what Alien Isolation is, except you have a gun. That's it. That's the only difference. Even though Alien Isolation you get a gun, but it's like an action game. But it's still like aliens hunting you down and shit. It's scary. No, and then you play the game, and it's just the aliens like fucking walking into walls, and fucking your characters are annoying, and they're getting in your way and stealing all your fucking ammo. It's just like. It sucks.
Yeah, but it wasn't Gore's fault in this one. Yeah, he was so optimistic about it.
Oh, Neighbor wasn't my fault either. Everybody talked about it like it was great. I don't want to hear it. Everybody talked about that game like it was great. Go to GameStop back then, and fucking the walls were lined with fucking Hello Neighbor shit.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, and then I played the game, and it's like one of the worst games the last gen. It's like I say last gen, even though it's this gen.
Next week you can say that.
I'm in the future still right now. But yeah, no,
but he's so excited. He's opening this. He's like, man, I just can't wait to play this game.
Oh, can I tell you something? I actually recently just sold that statue too.
How much?
$30. So I didn't get all my money back. I spent $100 on a collector's
edition. And they were trying to clearance that.
I thought it would be.
I thought because they clearance that thing out for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, ranking.
D. It's not the worst game ever. It's a functional shooter. I should give it lower. You
should give it lower for the reason why they fixed that game. Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They fixed one spelling mistake in the code, and the AI was infinitely better for the aliens. Because the alien AI was ridiculously dumb. They would go up on the wall, run around, jump down, go up on the wall again. I'm like, I'm fucking right here, man. Attack me. And he's like, fucking. They're walking into walls. They're fucking making out in the corner. I'm like, kill me, I'm right here. That's
kill
Predator.
me, come on.
That's Predator. Isn't this some shit, man? We're talking about this, and we had a bad Predator game this year too.
That's hilarious.
Can we get one fucking good? Can we get one good Predator game? Because we've had a few good Alien games. I don't think we've had one single good.
What are you
Predator
talking about?
game.
Actually, we had the Alien versus Predator.
That's Alien versus
RTS
Predator.
Game.
No, it's Alien versus. What the fuck did you just say? RTS game. Yeah, I watched Predator. I'm thinking, you know what? This would be great if Arnold was way below on the ground, and there's a camera up here, and you see like a thing telling him where to go.
It was literally a StarCraft ripoff. You had the Marines,
RTS
the Aliens, and the Predators, and it was a complete StarCraft.
I know what it is. I just got that game recently. Extinction.
Crazy Pepperoni says, Xenomorph. Hello, baby. Hello, my honey.
Hello, my baby. Oh, yeah. There's a video of you're watching a Xenomorph do that shit pretty much. What were you saying, Matt?
Well, I just said I would love to control Jesse Ventura RTS style.
I got time.
Oh,
yeah.
All
right, so we're in D. This deserves worse because of that spelling error, I think, because like how the fuck?
It's not a technically terrible game, honestly. I mean, it's a competent enough shooter. It's just like there's 9 levels and 3 of them are alien based and 3 are human based, and then the other 3 are alien and human based. So it's called Aliens versus Aliens. It's not called that. Aliens, Colonial Marines, and 3 of the missions you're only fighting humans, and then the other 6 you fight aliens here and there. It should have just been all aliens. Is what I'm saying. Also, the final boss is fucking garbage. It was like action, like you're a Colonial Marine and you have to like stealth it. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Even though I think it's better than Survivor, honestly, but whatever. Yeah, put it. Survivor's a fucking
alien.
Shit, so. Wait, why is Survivor D actually? Did I say low D for that game?
Yeah.
That's fine. Just no change.
That's literally how it happens. Is everyone's the same thing? We're like, that's fine. All right.
I don't know why I would say that. Maybe it's because it was short and had really bad voice acting, so it was funny. I don't know. Aliens vs Predator. This is the 2010 one. I remember being so fucking excited for this game because I love Aliens and Predators. I think they're great, and the multiplayer looked really cool because it was like, a Predator would, hunt down the humans and the aliens would try to kill. It looked awesome, and it was okay. It was fine. It could have been worse. I got the collector's edition for this also, by the way. It could have been worse.
You never learn.
The collector's edition of this was actually really cool because you get a face hugger, and I still have that guy somewhere.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the face hugger's pretty cool. I don't know where I put him though. I had him like on the wall at one point, but then I moved him. But yeah, not bad. I'd say high C actually. I think the Marine campaign's really cool. It's the best one because you're getting hunted down by predators and aliens. So that's the one where I feel like that's I always find like in Friday the 13th the game, that's the most fun part is playing the counselor because you're being hunted down by Jason. It's the same thing here. You're being hunted down by a predator and aliens. So I don't know. And also you get those badass guns. So
all right. Anyone else have a ranking on that, or is it just Gore?
Nope. I remember I played the demo, I think, but that was it. So.
You said high C, low C? What was it?
High C. I honestly put it above the Resident Evil games over there. Yeah.
Oh, there's 6s actually up here. So.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Fuck. What? Fine. All right.
Among the Sleep. I haven't played this.
I played a little bit of it, but not enough. It's just a stealth game where you play a little fucking baby.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I tried to play it on PC way back then, but it was not optimized for controller. Plague Tale, we've not played that yet. We were going to for Games Gone By.
I played about an hour of it. It has a really good beginning, but I haven't played it.
Shout out to making Microsoft Flight Simulator right after this game.
Yeah, it's
weird. Back in 1995.
Is that a multiplayer game?
I don't know. It's this.
Or am I thinking of a different game that has a similar title? Yeah, I didn't play it. So
Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Never played Bendy, my Dicky Machine or whatever. So put that in there.
Bioshock.
Yeah.
S tier.
S tier. A. I'll kill you.
Classic, man.
Oh no,
Bioshock 1.
You're
cool. It's so iconic. Just look at that Big Daddy standing there.
He wants a piece of David right now. Fucking saying A. Bioshock I just played again on the Switch and it's still great. So good. I want a new Bioshock game and I don't give a fuck if it's in Rapture again. Just do it.
Are they making one?
Yeah, supposedly there is one. Supposedly the rumor is they've been making it since 2017. So I'm fingers crossed we see some at the Game Awards.
Ooh,
is Ken Levine making it?
No.
No.
Ken Levine's game is apparently almost done now.
That's worrying. Yeah, that's a weird one, right? Where it's like
some sci-fi thing.
Yeah, they showed a trailer for it years ago.
But it's almost done now.
Yeah, cool. But a new Bioshock game is coming supposedly. I don't know who's making it. I think they made a new studio for it.
We'll see.
Bye, David.
Oh, I'm right here, Phil.
Oh, what's up, man? What are you doing?
What about it?
You fuck up. Ready? What happened?
I got a work message.
You just turned your fucking camera off. You realize that, right?
No.
For me, it's off.
Yeah. It's off for me.
Oh, I knocked it loose. 1 second.
We'll knock it unloose.
All I heard was, wait a minute, and then it turned...
Yeah, he turned his camera. Well, he's going to beat his dick. Yeah.
The camera's off.
Oh, yeah. No, the camera's off. He's upset because the camera's off.
Bloodborne. I've not played this. It's on my list though. I hope it's 60 frames on PS5. That's the one. That's my one hope on there.
S tier, excellent game, classic PS4 game.
I played maybe 6-7 hours of it, and it was great for when I played it. It might be the best Souls game. A lot of people say
it's not my personal favorite because Dark Souls is nostalgic for me, but it might be objectively the best one.
Where would you put this in S?
I would say S tier. Well, I mean, that S tier is not how I would have that S tier, but I would put it below Dead Space 2, I guess. I prefer Dead Space and Bioshock and Resident Evil 4 to it, but.
All right.
Blood Will Tell. This game is super rare. I love the premise of this game. I wouldn't really consider it a horror game, though. I mean, I guess it has a horror-style premise where you lose all your limbs as you're a samurai guy who loses all of his limbs. Like, I think a demon takes him.
Not a very good samurai, then.
Yeah, he's kind of shitty, honestly. But he
has to go fight. It really is. That is rare.
Yeah, it's super rare. I have it, actually. Just a little drop. I have it. Yeah.
Wait, what's it called?
Blood Will Tell. It's you lose all your limbs and you have to go get your limbs back.
Was that based on Dororo?
Who? My neighbor Totoro? What?
Yes, my neighbor
Totoro.
No, there's a similar movie. I think I also had like an anime or something, but I mostly just watched the live action movie of a similar thing where this he was basically the son of a shogun. And his shogun made a deal with the devil, and and in exchange was like, "All right, give me your firstborn son." And he's like, "All right, cool," because the guy was never expecting to have a kid. And then it was literally just came out basically a potato fetus when he eventually gave birth. And so like he ended up getting adopted by this blacksmith who built him this fucking crazy ass like scissor body.
As he was explaining, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the premise, and yeah, it's Dororo.
Yeah, Dororo.
My neighbor Dororo. Yeah, so it is Dororo in Japan, but over here it's called Blood Will Tell. I was about to say, as you're explaining, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the fucking premise of the game. I have it, but I never played it. Honestly, I always wanted to, and I've watched so many videos about it because I thought it was an awesome premise. But yeah, but it is. I guess it's a demon, so I guess it's horror. It's not really though. Like it's like Onimusha kind of. It's like I wouldn't really consider a horror game, but sure. Nobody played it though, but it's cool. Go check it out if you have $400 to pay for it.
You said no ranking on that?
Yeah, I never played it. I have a copy. I never played it though. I always wanted to play it though. Blue Stinger, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This game has. I know this game has some of the worst voice acting ever, and the graphics do not match what it's trying to be. It's trying to be like a Resident Evil game, and it looks like a fucking cartoon, like a 3D cartoon. It's very strange, but I heard it's actually not a bad game. But I haven't played it, so I don't know if anybody else has.
Call of Cthulhu.
Didn't play it. That's the PS4 one. Never got around to playing it.
Carrie.
Wait, Carrie?
Yep.
Like the movie?
I'm assuming.
No, she looks like a vampire. Doesn't look like a Stephen King movie.
Are you sure it says Carrie? Because it looks like part of the box art. Maybe is it Carrie? Carrier? Maybe it's Carrier.
Maybe. Let me check.
You can't see the
Probably
art.
It sounds like
Carrier.
Carrier, right?
Yeah.
Let me.
Carrie. Maybe it is Carrie. Maybe that's Carrie. I've never heard of that game though. I've never heard of Carrier either. To be fair though.
Never played.
Yeah, we didn't play it, but I'd still like to know what it is.
Give me 1 second.
I'm an asshole.
Already.
I could talk about the next game though. I don't know if anybody else played that Castlevania game.
Which Castlevania is that?
Lament of
That is
Innocence.
indeed
It's the first
Carrier.
Isn't that the DS one?
Carrier. Yeah. No, that's the PS2 one. The first one.
Okay.
Lament of
I didn't
Innocence.
play the PS2 one.
It's pretty good. I mean, I guess it's not really a horror game, also, but Castlevania fits with this. So, it's a fun hack and slash. It obviously was very inspired by Devil May Cry at the time. And it is fun. It's not great. It's not one of the best Castlevania games, but it's good. I'd say low B. I think Curse of Darkness is better. I kind of like that one more. It went for a more like RPG style, kind of like a Symphony of the Night when it comes to like leveling up and stuff. From what I remember, it was. But I don't think Curse of Darkness is here, so it doesn't matter.
Low B?
Yeah, because I think we talked about that before.
Low B, yeah.
We were expecting that.
Yeah, low B. Yeah, that's fine right there.
Okay. Lords of Shadow 1.
Right. I only played like a few hours of it, so
Played a little bit of it and was turned off with how they changed up the lore. So
Yeah.
I don't feel right giving it a
score.
Did you get to the part where the wolves will come in riding the other wolves to fight?
That sounds familiar. I've probably seen that.
Yeah,
the beginning of the
really
game.
my only memory of that game.
Yeah, I think that might be the beginning of the game, isn't it? Because don't you get attacked by wolves in the beginning of the game?
Yeah,
because you're like defending a cart or something like that, and then Gabriel shows up. He's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm beautiful."
Yeah, that was the Kojima mark on that game. Yeah. Is when the wolves come in riding the other wolves. It's like, okay, I forgot this was a Kojima.
There's a guy on a flaming unicorn, and then a whale shows up. I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with Metal Gear Solid anymore? It's just like that was in Metal Gear Solid 5. That shit was ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I know those games go crazy, but I don't remember any of this shit. Anyway, so no one's gonna rank it, right?
Nope. I would give it like a C. A high C. It's like an okay hack and slash game.
All right, so I mean, from what I played, I'd probably give it a low B, honestly. But I know a lot.
I can do low B. I can do low B. I didn't play the second one though.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, the second one sucks. Second one, the gameplay's fine. It's about the same. But they add all these stealth segments that suck so bad. They're horrible. And it doesn't make any sense. You're playing at this point, spoilers, you're Dracula. And it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I think they make it sense. They make it make sense in the story, but if you're gonna play Dracula, you don't want to be a little pussy and start stealthing around. I want to fucking go around killing people. And in the beginning of the game, you're fucking killing hordes of guys. That's cool. But then immediately they do the same thing like every game does, where you're playing a super powered guy and then they have to take all your shit away, so you have to earn it again. And it's just that would have been fine if there wasn't stealth. The stealth sucks. So from what I played that one more than I played the first one. And I'd give that one honestly like a low C. I think they really fucked that up. The combat was still fine,
up, mate.
Really fucked it up.
Horrible.
All right.
Horrible, but low C.
Symphony of the Night.
S
fucking tier.
Yeah, there's no argument there, I don't think, right?
That's fine.
No.
Oh, what would you give it, Matt?
I mean, I respect it. I can go S.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with it, but...
I'd say, well, it's 3 S's, so I don't know if that means anything.
I'd say right next to Doom. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fine right there. That's good. All right. Oh, is that I have no mouth, but I must scream? I think that's what. Is that it? Or it looks similar.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it has a similar looking box art.
Checking now.
Didn't play it. I didn't play it either way, even if it is. No, it has a different box art. Thinking about it. So I didn't play that. Or is this Body Harvest? Or Body something?
Give me a second. Find out here in just a second. It's the City of Lost Children.
No, I was wrong both times.
Epstein's Island, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the real horror game. Put it in, didn't play.
Yeah, I was just looking at the box art close.
Claire. I actually have this game. I have yet to play it though. I heard it's pretty good, but can't play.
So this is the sequel to Catherine?
It looks similar. Yeah. Just
Jericho.
I do remember.
It. That's a Clive Barker.
Yeah, that's like Clive Barker piece of shit. You play as a guy, you die. You play as a guy, you die, and you have a squad of your squad's name is Jericho and Team Jericho. I don't fucking care. And you die, and it turns into Geist kind of where you like can possess all your team members and stuff. The combat sucked so much ass. I do remember. I think the main guy. I could be wrong. I think the main guy was voiced by Steve Blum. So that's like at least one rank up. But I remember the combat sucked so bad. I'd have to give it like a D, honestly. I don't remember liking it at all, and I was really ashamed because I really liked Undying. That was Clive Barker's.
I was about to say, I'm actually surprised Undying isn't on this list.
Yeah, maybe it is. It might be in you.
All right, D. So, where though?
They might not count Clive. D. Well, I never played Shadow Hearts. I'd put it right between Shadow Hearts and Silent Hill, though.
I didn't play this.
Yeah, it sucks.
Condemned 1.
Condemned 1 is a. Oh, it's
fantastic. Fucking.
Knock it down a tier for that achievement list.
Yeah, sure. I want to say S tier, but I know it gets really fucked up towards the end, and I do know it runs out of steam.
So what if it was like an hour earlier? It probably would have been S tier.
I mean, it's not a very long game. You could probably finish it in like 6 or 7 hours. I know the ending is weird. Like it's just like I'll say A. Give it a regular A. It's fine.
I didn't play it.
Bloodshot 2.
It's a great game. Actually, it actually aged pretty well. From when I played a couple years ago.
I've heard the same too.
Below Doom 64, say. Or not.
All right, Condemned Bloodshot or Condemned 2 Bloodshot.
All right, I think a lot of people don't like Condemned 2
because it got kind of more supernatural.
Yeah, I mean, Condemned 1 was supernatural, kind of also, a little bit. But Condemned 2 has that one scene where you run away from the bear, which might be the most terrifying.
It's one of the most iconic, I feel like, now.
Yeah.
So fun to watch reactions about that. It's
fucking terrifying. I never finished Condemned 2. Honestly, I never finished Condemned 1, but got really far. So, I mean, I played enough that I could say it's good. I think they fixed a lot of the problems. The graphics aren't as fucking ugly, because that was a problem with Condemned. The character models, at least in Condemned, look like they look like Gears of War characters. If you mixed them with like the Doom 3 character models, they were like really fucking ugly. But it was a solid game. I'd say B for that one.
B for Bloodshot.
Vin Diesel, watch out.
Control, Gore.
All right,
this is Control. A horror game?
You know,
it gets there sometimes.
It's really spooky. And the things you fight are nightmarish, really. I mean, they're like floating around. They're like pretty much dead bodies being controlled by ghosts. Like it's kind of creepy. It's really, really good when it comes to gameplay. It's really good, but the story itself is so fucking weird. I kind of love it. It just goes in strange directions. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really
one of those stories game. Though that you can definitely see. If someone hates it, you can see why.
I don't know. I I mean, I played the whole thing, and I don't understand if anybody hates the story. I feel like if they think it's a little too weird for them, sure, but hating it is a little much because it's very well written. The way they describe certain things is to the point where it's like it's weird, but you kind of understand, like you get it. You have to really just like kind of go with it though. It's they're not going to explain the minutia of what's going on, but they explain it. This is why this happens. We're not going to over explain it though, and I like that. And floating around is really fun. You don't get that until later.
Float around,
it's a Metroidvania technically, so
sure.
It's fun. I really like that. I'd say an A. It's really great.
Above or below Alan Wake?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a better game than Alan Wake. Like just gameplay wise, it's better. Alan Wake I love though. The gameplay's great in that, but Control has some of the best gameplay from last year.
All right, Crypt Killer.
What is that game? Corpse Killer?
Crypt Killer.
Is it Corpse Killer? Is it Crypt Killer? I never heard of it. I've heard of Corpse Killer. That's a fucking Sega CD game, I think.
Yeah, it's an FMV game.
It's Crypt Killer.
It's great. I never heard of it.
D2.
What do you think, huh? Did you love D1?
No.
I thought you loved
No,
D1.
that was all Kyle.
No, I think that was you.
No.
What was the
Kyle.
game?
That's
What was
Kyle.
the game? The Xbox One game that wasn't finished that was like on the plane.
D4.
D4.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're missing
D4.
D3.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo? I don't think Dingo. He played a fucked up version of Bingo.
All
I
right.
didn't play it though.
So no one has D2 anywhere. All right.
No.
Can we?
Dante's Inferno.
Hold on, I'm kinda-
Big old Satan penis. Big old Satan penis. Can we do something? What?
Hold on. I
want to make this even longer.
Yeah.
Because I said that D1 was okay, but not the greatest, and then Kyle Reed, because like, no, this was made by an auteur. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It probably sucks.
It sounds like a Kyle thing.
Hold on. I'm trying
You just
to.
don't understand the simplicity or.
I want to see if there's any screenshots of this. See if it's as fucked up as D1 was.
Oh, I could have just looked. I'm just gonna confirm and say.
All right, while you're doing that, Dante's Inferno, fucking C tier. It was a fine Devil May Cry clone, but otherwise than that,
I don't agree. I think it was a fine game. The only problem I had with that game is the platforming. The platforming was really shitty. It was just really like swinging the vines and shit. I remember you had to swing the vines and time it. It was really bad. But the gameplay itself was perfectly fine. It was more of like a God of War clone, but it was still fun. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad. That definitely doesn't look as bad as the first game.
Viola.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, well, I mean it's a PS1. Well, it's a Dreamcast game, I guess, but it's the same shit. I know Dreamcast was more popular. More powerful. Don't fucking tell me. All those games look like garbage now, though. I'm sure in like 20 years we're gonna look at fucking
Last of Us 2.
We're gonna look at Last of Us 2 and go, yuck, look poopy.
All right.
But I think Dante's Inferno is a really good game, and I like the story. I like the setting. I like that you can actually take people that you find in the environment and like either damn them for hell or send them to heaven. I think that's fun. If you read those descriptions, you can actually see if they actually deserve to go to hell or heaven. Like if you actually read like what they're about, like, oh, this guy murdered 45 children, and you're like, go to heaven. Like then like it doesn't do anything at the end, but it's still like kind of fun.
God's like fuck.
I'm like killing aborted fetuses and shit, and then I'm just like, let me judge this guy I found, because you also do that, by the way. You kill aborted fetuses.
Shots.
This game's I pretty much think of this game in the same exact realm as like Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, I guess so. It actually reminds me.
Similar
Shadow of the Damned
wise and gameplay wise.
Shadows of the Damned. Yeah.
I shouts to EA for paying off journalists when they weren't supposed to.
Well, shout out to EA also making probably the best Super Bowl fucking video game commercial ever. Also, because that is excellent. Have you ever seen that commercial? It's so fucking.
I'm sure
good.
I have.
It's way better than the fucking game, but it's really good.
All right.
I give it a low B. I don't think they really needed to pay anybody off.
No, I meant like they weren't doing that for that purposes. They were sending checks to journalists saying, "Hey, this is greed." And the journalists were like,
oh yeah.
Because remember they did all fucked up campaign.
Yeah, that was one of the circles.
Yeah.
And then journal's like, hey, you can't do this.
Yeah.
You can't send us money.
It would have been okay if it was like a fake check, like a funny little haha. Like, here's a check.
Yeah, sure.
Just kidding. It's not real.
David, you said what?
It says like from fake or whatever.
From fake.
I said C.
C?
From fake person. Yeah, he said C. So I give it a low B. So it's I guess a low B. I guess or a high C.
Darkest Dungeon.
Whatever. Fuck it. I played this for about 30 minutes. I died instantly. I was like, I'm done. So there you go. It's hard. It's a hard game.
Very challenging game.
Yeah. So I can't say I played it really.
Pepperoni was talking about a couple of things. He said, didn't know Control was a horror game. It looks psychological, but not scary. Yeah, that's mostly word.
No, it's more of an action game. It's still an action adventure, but it definitely has a horror.
It's definitely psychological for sure.
A horror vibe. Yeah. What's this game? I can't see. Dark Seed 2. I'm assuming the next one's Dark Seed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it dark? I never played them. So, well, I love the next one, whatever that is. Is that Dark Seed 3? I love that poster. It's like a heart.
Dark Tale?
Right.
All right, I'm on
Didn't play it.
Oh, I look it up. Days Gone.
Days Gone is a game, just like we talked about with Alien Isolation, that goes on way too fucking long. It should have been 30 hours tops. By the time I got to 40 hours, I was only about halfway through the story.
Jesus Christ. You played 40 hours of Days Gone?
Yeah. I mean, the game itself, but I also... See, I was doing the stupid thing where I was actually trying to do all the stuff, like all the side shit, and like actually explore, and like, because I wanted to get into this world and like make it feel like a survival game, like a survival zombie game. So I'm like exploring and shit. I shouldn't have done that because it made it just drag. I didn't know it was going to be that long though. I thought by the time I stopped playing, I thought the game was like getting close to the climax, and then I looked up a playthrough, and the playthrough was like 15 hours long because all he was doing was the main missions. And I was only about like 7 hours into that playthrough. I was like, oh no, oh god, no. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. But the story itself is good. I did watch the rest of that playthrough because I couldn't play it anymore. I was done.
I heard it was not bad.
No, it wasn't. It's just too long. It's way too. If it was 30 hours, it would have been perfect. Like 30 hours to complete everything too. But it's way too much of the same shit. The hordes of zombies are really cool. Using them against people too is really awesome. It just takes too long to get to that point where you get to see a giant horde of enemy zombies like that. But it is technically impressive.
Hey, the dialogue's good.
The dialogue is fine. It's just the voice acting. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like the main guy who I like, Sam Witwer. He does a lot of the Star Wars voice acting now. But he's good. I really like him. But he chose a weird way to voice the main character. He voiced him like he's insane, but he's not actually, so it's a little weird.
All right,
but
rank.
Days Gone, I'd still give it a high C because I did really like the story and the gameplay was fine. It was just, I don't know. At a certain point, huh?
I just said too long.
Yeah, it's way too long.
Dead Island.
All right, Dead Island. Let's just be quick about it. I'm going to give it a low B because it's a lot of fun. It's not a good game. But
trailer was very deceptive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gore and I had a good time with that game.
Had a good time. Yeah.
Riptide was the same shit, but it was like not fun for whatever reason.
I didn't like it at all. Actually, I'd give it a D. Honestly. Sure. I really didn't like it.
I'd give it a high D though, just because it was still a fine game,
sure.
but just didn't like it.
Matt said something. I think he said C.
I said Dead Island 1 sucked. I played the entire thing single player, so take that for what it's worth.
That's why.
Yeah,
low C for me.
Yeah, I was gonna go C as well. I played the first bit of it co-op, but I was not digging it even when I went back single player.
I think it's still B then.
Yeah. 2 B's, 2 C's.
Wait, can you play 4 players with that game or only 2?
4.
Play it.
Yeah, let's all play Dead Island.
Let's play Dead Island.
Why don't we? How about this? Why don't we play it like our first game on PS5?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that because that's a sound decision. No, what we should do is, and this is not a joke. We should play Dying Light. I was gonna say Dead Island. Let's play Dead Island. No,
Dying Light's coming down here, so we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking fantastic game. A tier for me.
All right. I love the story. I love all the characters in Deadly Premonition. The gameplay is absolute ass. It's not fun. It is like if you made Resident Evil 4 on about 5% of the budget, and about maybe 12% of the talent. It was,
Where'd you come up with 12?
I don't know. It sounded good in my head. It was a low number. It sounded good. It's not good gameplay wise. I love what they try to do with this. Same thing with Deadly Premonition 2 from what I've played, where the whole town has its own little like it's like they have their own things that they do. So you can wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning in this game, see someone drive to work, stay there the entire day. At like 5, they'll leave work, go all the way home. You can even peek into their house because that's not weird. And like see them like exercising and shit. So they all have like a routine, which is cool. It's not really something that this game needed, really, because I mean, there's a lot of side mission stuff that you can do that has something to do with. But it's not needed. But I appreciate it. The gameplay though is just like the segments go on way too fucking long, and it's really boring. So honestly, like the gameplay sucks, but I love the story so much that A is fine. Like it's just A is perfect.
I definitely will agree that the gameplay is not the greatest, especially the driving. Fuck the driving,
driving
so
sucks.
much.
And you drive a lot too.
It's one of those things that honestly, at the end of the day, though, it's such a captivating experience.
Yeah.
Is it good or is it ironically good? The story?
No, the story itself is like, all right. If you like weird shit, but weird shit that is still like you want to see what happens next because you're invested, not just because it's weird. I know it's gonna be funny next. You actually want to see what's gonna progress in the story, like what's gonna happen to this character, what's gonna happen now after this reveal. That game has a lot of great and also the main character, my boy York. He's like one of my favorite video game characters ever. He's so good.
It has a lot of parallels to Twin Peaks. If you like Twin Peaks and wanted to play a Resident Evil Twin Peaks, I'd say 100% go for it.
Yeah, which is kind of like what Alan Wake was also, but yeah. It's like if you want to play an Alan Wake that had bad gameplay and way weirder, and it's open world, then go ahead. That's Deadly Premonition. Which, by the way, Alan Wake was originally going to be open world, but
all right,
it didn't, obviously.
Dead or School?
Oh, this is a David joint.
I actually haven't played that.
It's on his list now.
Yeah, it's coming.
Dead Rising.
I've seen gameplay for it. It's like a action platformer kind of thing.
All right, I'm going to tell you my ranking for each of the 4 Dead Rising games here, because I played them all. Dead Rising 1, B. I know that's going to be like, sacrilegious or whatever, but I think it's a dated game now. I don't like the time limit. I'm sorry, I don't. I like it. I like it in 2. I actually like it in 2. I think 2 does it well, but 1 I don't like it in 1. But I still think it's a solid game. I love Frank as a character.
Can I guess your rankings?
Sure.
B C.
I was gonna say high C for Dead Rising. Dead Rising 3, I was gonna say B, yeah, because I think gameplay wise it's a lot of fun. I love the giant hordes of zombies, but when it comes to the characters, it's not even close to as good as the last 2 games. And yeah, I was gonna say Dead Rising 2 is an A, so pretty much on point. Yeah. On point.
Yeah, thanks for the sub.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
Hey, what's up, baby?
So Dead Rising, I'm gonna go A on that. I just have such fond memories of that game. But I'll give it a low A, so it's I'll put a literally at the end of that.
Sure.
Dead Rising.
I think it's
anyone else? Was anyone else talking on Dead Rising, or just me and Gore?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I'd say high B though as well, but mostly for the reason that Gore said. It's a fantastic gameplay. It's a great introduction to it. Frank West is a fantastic character, but goddamn, I hate the time limit.
I like it.
Yeah, and I think Matt said he agrees, right?
Yeah, I would 2B for both the first 2 games.
Okay.
I go A on Dead Rising 2. Gord goes.
I go B for Dead Rising 1, and then 2 I go for just regular A because the time limit I felt like wasn't as constrictive as 1 and 2.
And the setting was so good.
And the gameplay was better. I love combining. Like when they did the combination weapons, I love that stuff.
Cool little cutscene with it too. You got Chuck Green all going badass with it.
Yeah, I love Chuck Green. He's Frank West if he was still goofy, but also serious.
Yeah,
it's like that's pretty much what he is.
I go A on that.
had the best one-liners.
Yep.
When that guy puts himself on fire on accident, he's like, "I'm number one," and of course, you know exactly what Chuck Green's about to say. He's like, "Yeah, you want fire." It's
I love it. We need to replay that game.
We can. It's 2 players.
Yeah,
that's another reason why it's so high up.
Yeah, that was a fucking Extra Life 2010 thing that we did. Yeah. Dead Rising 2, I put that A. David, do you have Dead Rising 2 ranking?
I would put it low B. I actually really don't like Chuck as a character.
You're wild.
I really didn't like the dynamic of the daughter either in there, just because it made the time limit feel more present in the sense of like, I always was paranoid, like, I gotta take care of this brat in the back of my head.
Right.
But I do like the weapon combinations, but I did not like it as much as I liked the first game.
Okay, that's fine.
So 2 B's, 2 A's, so we're gonna put that in A.
So low A.
Very low A.
Yeah.
We'll put that at the end.
Then 3, I gave a B. I don't know if anybody else.
I haven't played it.
B for me for what I have played. Yeah. It wasn't that much, but I've played the beginning so many times I can say for sure.
I played it so much. I got one of the remember those timed achievement things that they would do back in the early days of Xbox One, where you don't get any points but you get an achievement. I wonder if they still show those under your achievement list. They do? I should look at what it was. I think it was like kill 1,000 zombies before the time limit was over. I was like, all right. I got in my fucking car because you could combine cars in that one. So I got in the one where you just like mow them over. Like you have like a giant like fucking like one of those hay things or whatever. You just crush them.
I do want to go back and play all the Dead Risings.
All right, 4. This is the problem with 4. Frank is fucking ruined. They completely ruined him. He's not Frank. If his name was anything else, I wouldn't mind at all. His name Jeff. Fuck it, whatever.
Frankie Keeley from the Overwatch.
Even if his name was Frankie, like not Frank, but Frankie, I would have been okay, fine. But he's Frank West, and he's got a completely different character. Saying that, the gameplay is still fun. I still think it's a fun game. But
watching who's the guy that does all Kroby Cat?
Yeah.
Watching his Dead Rising 4 videos kind of watching his videos a lot of times are depressing because you're like, man, these games really aren't as good.
He did a Bioshock Infinite one too.
Yeah.
So.
All right. C though, I think, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was gonna give it a high C, but C's fine. I think C's fair, really. Thinking about like all the shit that happened with that game. Also the ending's like, all right, you're gonna do that, really?
I was gonna grab Cold Fear for 30 the other day.
Cold Fear is not really that great.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's like a C.
All right,
is that where it is?
Yeah, that's why I saw it. All right, Deathmark.
I've always wanted to play this game, and I was actually going to start. I do too. I have the second one also, but I never started. I want to start it this month. Because I thought it would be a good one.
I had the proposition with my girlfriend because time is not a thing anymore. There's a joke in BoJack Horseman about them starting a store called Halloween in January. So I think our new thing is we're going to make Halloween or January, October too, and just rewatch all this stuff because there's been like no time to watch all these movies and do all that fun stuff. Even though I've been wanting to. Since Deathmark is there, I'm just gonna put NG there next to it because
Spirit Mask I think is what Spirit Hunter. Not Spirit Mask.
So it's like a sequel.
All right, Dementium. All right, these are DS horror games. Dementium the Ward and Dementium 2 are actually pretty good horror games for the DS. They don't control great, as you would expect from a DS game. But they're solid. They're creepy. They have a really good atmosphere. I like
Aren't those the ones that you put them on the side?
Huh?
I might be thinking of a different one, but isn't that the one where you actually play with it tilted onto its side?
No. This one you actually have to use the stylus to move the camera, and then use your left hand to like move the character. So it's really awkward. It's awkward. I'm not gonna fuck around. It is. It doesn't control as bad as you would think, but the atmosphere is really good, especially in the first game. They're also like one of those. If you collect DS games like me, it's one of those like rare games where it's like a rated M game on DS, so it's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And the graphics for a DS game are pretty good. They're 3D actually. It's a first person like shooter pretty much. It's solid. I like them. I'm gonna give both of them low B actually for what they are. I think they ported Dementium to the PC, and I heard it was really terrible on PC. I think they changed a lot of the stuff too. I think they changed some stuff too. They like updated it to make it look a little bit more modern. I think they fucked it up too, supposedly. But for DS, they're solid. Anyway, next.
We got Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. Okay.
Just the first one?
Yep.
Yeah, I
just
guess
the first one looks
that's
like.
the one I would say that's the most horror.
True.
Everything else is kind of like it starts to get more goofy, I guess. Well, Devil May Cry 2, actually, thinking about it, like Devil May
Just
Cry 2
everything about like 2 was just
is a
didn't
horror
happen.
game.
It's fine.
Yeah, because Devil May Cry 2 is the one where like they make Dante even more serious. So I was like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't do this. And then third one's he's just like, oh boy, I'm gonna eat pizza and then roller skate on bad guys. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Hell yeah.
There you go. That's more what I want. But yeah, Devil May Cry 1's great. I haven't played it in a long fucking time, but I'll say it's probably held up pretty well. I'll say A. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'd say A tier as well. It's one of those things that it was the first entry in the series. It still has a fantastic story, a lot of kind of mystery about it. Fighting through some of the generals of hell, fucking great game, absolutely.
It does, I don't know if it aged well if you're going in hindsight, because like I said, when I started that game, it was really bizarre, not knowing that it was. I just going back to a lot of these games, I don't realize how weird they control. I'm very spoiled in how I get games that control.
See, I think that's probably part of the problem. Is like I'm so used to the controls because I spent so much time in that. I don't think the controls are aged badly, but
no, I got spoiled by starting off with Halo as like my first real shooter, you know. And then going into every other console shooter after that, it's like, ooh.
Devil May Cry is not really a shooter, though.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as an example. And then like
gotcha.
playing other hack and slash games prior to that.
Gotcha.
And now going back to that, it's like, oh, this is weird. I don't knock it because, you know, I think you and I had the talks. You and I are someone where it's hard to knock the roots. You can't just like talk shit on the roots.
Yeah.
But it doesn't age as elegantly. But I mean, that's not its fault. It was starting something. Dracula: The Resurrection.
Haven't played it.
Never played it.
Dracula: The Last something. I don't know what that word is.
Never played it.
Dying Light.
All right, Dying Light's a great game, really fun. Parkour is awesome. At night it gets scary. The melee combat's great. I'm waiting for the second one. I give it a high B. There you go.
Matt, David, anything?
Never played it.
Never played it.
Is it high B?
High B.
We're in the high B. I'm
If
curious.
If Kyle was here, he would agree. Actually, I think he loved it too.
Probably.
I'd say above Primal. I'd say it's above that stuff.
Ooh, it's quite a high B.
All right.
It's a really fun game.
Evil Within.
I only played
Evil Within the letterbox.
I keep meaning to play that every Halloween and never do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing Halloween hasn't happened yet.
That was another reason why I stopped playing the game. Besides it being kind of creepy and I didn't like it. But like Matt said, the letterboxing was really weird. It's just, I had a small TV at the time too, so it didn't help that they fucking were trying to do the movie letterbox format, which didn't really fit the game. I don't know why they did that, but they since have I think edited that out, right? They updated it to make it so that you don't need to see
That's
the
in
game
the
like that.
in the original release or just
Yeah, it was in the original release.
They did.
Yeah, in the original release, it was letterboxed, and you couldn't take it off. You couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if they updated it or if they re-released it.
I think they did. Oh, maybe they re-released it. I'm not sure. I thought they updated it so you could like it. I think there was an update with one of the DLCs where you could, like just make it so that that's removed. I had a small TV at the time. Like I had a TV that was not nowhere. It was about the same size as my computer monitor right now. So it's just like I was like, oh well, this doesn't help. Also, the game's scary. I got about to chapter 6, I think, and you know that game felt the most like Resident Evil 4.
It did.
Than like any other game that tried to rip off Resident Evil 4. It did a great job when you were like roaming around the village and stuff. Even though there's a lot more stealth, obviously, in this game than there is in Resident Evil 4. It felt like a Resident Evil game. I didn't get into it as much as I thought I would. So, and I never played 2. So I'd say the first one from what I played, I'd say low B.
And what about 2? Did you play 2?
I didn't play the second one.
Yeah, I didn't play this one because I didn't like the letterboxing. So
yeah. Did you play the second one?
No.
The second one has that update where you can play it in first person, so I kind of want to try it.
Huh. I heard the second one was really good.
Yeah, I heard it's really good too. All right.
A fucking tier for Fear 1.
All right, just like with Dead Rising.
Game.
Just like with Dead Rising, I'm just gonna tell you my ranking right here. All right, Fear 1, like David said, A tier. Great game. has a heavy feel to the gameplay, which I really like, and also the AI is fucking excellent in that game. They will fuck you up.
Yes.
2 is still good. It's a good game. It's creepy. The first one's creepy. The second one's fine. It has a really weird ending, which I think everybody knows what the ending is at this point.
I don't actually.
Good. If you play it, you'll see.
And F3R.
And yeah,
fucking garbage for number 3.
All right, it's the Dead Space 3 of this series, where they took out all the horror pretty much, and then they put co-op in it, and it didn't work. I didn't think it's terrible, but I'd say Fear 1A, Fear 2B, and then Fear 3C. It just kept going down. I would hate to see what
Fear F3 for me, otherwise the same.
I don't think it's that bad. I think the gameplay is still
what they
good.
did with Alma, I hated the fucking just pure action nature of it.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have any?
The other Fear games are still action games.
Fear, I've only played the third one, and I didn't really care for it. It was like a low C for me.
Okay, so
2 C's and an F on that last one. All right, so Fear 1 gets A. Fuck it, my mouse is not moving.
Yeah.
Fear 2 B.
Yeah.
Put it right above Bloodshot. Why not?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Fear 3, 2 C's and F, of which leave it in low C.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
will say, Fear 1 has an amazing shotgun.
Hell
I don't remember if 2 had the same shotgun, honestly. I'd assume it would, right? I know Fear 3 changed a lot of the shit, so.
I think Fear 2 changed up a few of the weapons, too.
Yeah.
All right.
You play as a completely different squad at that point, right? Because Fear is your squad. They really wanted to get that Fear title, and they were like, "Oh, we need an acronym." They were like, First Encounter Assault Recon is what fucking Fear stands for. It's like, yeah, you tried a little hard. Anyway, there's only Gears of War 1, I guess.
Yeah, because 2 and
the most horror-ish. Well, then Fear 3 shouldn't have been here because it ain't no fucking horror game.
Yeah. As a
Like
horror
we
game,
have the remake of Splatterhouse, but none of the others.
As a horror game, I wouldn't consider this. I get why, I guess, but I personally wouldn't. But I mean,
as a game, it's great.
It's a fantastic game.
It's a B game.
It's not my favorite Gears of War game, though. 2, I like, but actually, I like 2 and 3 better. Honestly.
Yeah, no, it's true. Put B in it though.
It's my 3rd favorite Gears of War game.
Yeah, B's fine.
But I give it. Yeah,
B's
fine. I'd say high B. High B. At the time, it would probably be an A, but I don't think I played it until a little bit later, anyway. So.
The fuck is this?
Oh, that's Oh shit! I've seen that fucking. Oh god.
Brian, you look it up.
I've seen that box art before. I don't know if I played it honestly, but I've seen that box art.
I can assure you, I haven't played those 3.
That's not I Am Alive, is it?
I don't think so.
No.
It looks like a G on the box.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I guess it does look like a G. All right, fuck it, skip it.
The next 3 you're skipping, or next 2, I should say.
Yeah, because they just look like some Japanese import games. I at least have no idea what the hell they are.
That second one's giving me System Shock vibes. I know it's not, but
Yeah,
skip them.
Haya Origami 2.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's a big note from me, dog. The next 3, just skip.
Home.
Now, Home, I actually played.
I heard this is pretty good.
Game's actually, yeah, it's pretty cool.
You would
I
like it 100%.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Played it.
It's the kind of storytelling that you enjoy.
But didn't you play it?
No, I haven't. I said I heard it. Was
you made it sound like you played it.
No, I heard it. I've always heard it was very good. I've always heard that.
It is really
seems
good.
like something
It's
I would
very
like.
short. It just came out. It just came out on Switch. You should get it. It's only $8.
They have it on Vita.
Yeah, but get it on Switch. Fuck. Well, I think it's a different. I think it's a different version on Switch. Also, I think it comes with commentary. I know you don't give a shit, so fuck. But you get a commentary from some guy you don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really good game. I played it long ago when it first came out. I think it was 2012 it came out. It was really good though. It was really creepy. I like the choices you can make in it. What would you give it, David?
It's not my kind of game, but I do think it is a really good game.
Right.
I would have to put it at high B to low A. There is a lot of different outcomes and possibilities you can get throughout.
Yeah.
I like the exploration aspect of it. So if I had to give it if I had to take off the I hate this kind of game kind of lens, it deserves an A to a B.
Well, give me A or B.
Just say B. I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay.
So, all right, B it is then.
I love how, by the way, I love how they had to take a picture of the box.
Yeah, well, that's the limited run release. It was the only version of the game that came out. Is the PS4 and PS Vita version.
But I like how they can get a screenshot of that.
I have it on PS Vita actually.
I get it on PC.
All right, Home.
I didn't play it on Vita. I played it on PC also. Home Sweet Home. I played this last year, I think. It's one of those hide and do the thing while the thing tries to get you games. But actually, it's kind of freaky. It's like this fucked up looking ghost woman. You know how Japanese games are. Women fucking try and get you. It's okay though. It's like a C. It's solid, but it's actually kind of spooky. I just don't like that type of game. So just like David, it's not my type of game, but it was okay.
House of the Dead Overkill.
This game's awesome. Now I love this one because it is a grindhouse game pretty much, which I love. I never played it on PS Move. I heard it's actually better on PS Move, but the Wii version is really good. I heard. Well, it's PS Move is better controller. That's probably why. But that's probably why. And also the graphics are probably better. And again, there's more content too. So whatever. But it is a really good game. It's one of the best shooters you could play on a console, I would say.
Great ending. Great funny ass ending.
I don't remember the ending.
Oh, I won't spoil it then.
Yeah, I actually have the PS3 copy. I wish the PS5 had fucking PS3 fucking backwards support.
Maybe one day.
No.
I don't want to hook up my fucking PS3 and then I have to hook up the camera or use the PS Move. I might as well just hook up the Wii game and like fuck it. Like I'll take shitty graphics. Like fuck it. I'll hook up the Wii U for the first time in like 8 years. But yeah, from what I remember, it's a high B for sure. It's a lot of fun. I love the grindhouse style too. I don't remember the ending though.
I'd easily put it at high B as well.
All right.
Wait. Go up real quick. I'm sorry. I know it's probably annoying to go up a lot like this. But why does that have a different box art now? Kagero? What the fuck is that?
That was the Deception game.
Oh, okay. That's right. I thought that was that K game we were trying to figure out before. I thought the box art was different. I was like, what the fuck? Never mind.
What's this game?
That was the second Deception game.
Okay, yeah.
While I look this up, go and talk about Hunter the Reckoning.
All right, Hunter the Reckoning is a great game. The next one is the next one is I forgot what that one is. I think that's the PS2 version of the Reckoning, which is good, not great. And then the next one is Wayward, I believe. Honestly, I can't remember which ones are the great ones. I'm pretty sure. No, Wayward is the one that's on PS2, and it's not the best. It has a lot of invisible walls, I remember. And if you don't know what the Hunter Reckoning games are, they're like pretty much Diablo style kind of games. Way more linear than Diablo, but it's like I don't know. It's like isometric, like shoot 'em up and not shoot 'em up, a hack and slash or whatever. It's very linear though, so it's one of those type of games. The first one's great. I give that a high B at least. I haven't played it in a long time. I think the next one's the Redeemer. That one I don't remember too much. I know I played it. I'm gonna say low B for that one. But Wayward, that one had a lot of problems. It wasn't terrible, but it had a lot of problems. And I remember the characters kind of being a little bit less fun to play as because you get a bunch of different characters that have like different abilities. I'd say that one's like a C. So
sorry. I'm still looking at this one.
So B, low B, and then for the 3 that you see there.
And you said C. You said B, low B, and C.
B, low B and C. Yeah. Let me just make sure. Actually, that's because I mean at this point they all have almost the exact same name except for one word additional. So I have to make sure.
This game is called Hungry Ghosts.
Never heard of it.
Okay, that was worth it. Anyway, Redeemer.
All right,
one I'm thinking of. It is okay. Yeah, it's good. All right, we're good.
Ill Bleed.
Never played it.
Never. I
keep meaning to pick it up and I haven't gotten to it yet.
Land of the Dead.
All right, this game was a great idea, but it sucked balls. I didn't like it at all. I actually made a video for this on like one of my older channels that got taken off.
Yeah, fuck that game even more now.
Yeah, no, I got taken off for a different reason besides Land of the Green. Road to Fiddler's Green. That's the subtitle. It sucks, but it has a great premise. It's semi-open world, and like you have to like collect things. It's like a survival game with zombies, and it's exactly what I wanted for years and years. But it sucked. The movie's not very good either. So I give it a D, low D. I'd say probably right next to Survivor. I want Survivor to be the lowest one though.
Weren't you? Oh, is it because you were wondering why?
Because
I
wanted it to be F. Because I'm thinking like right there. You're good. All
right. All right.
Yeah.
Last of Us S.
Yeah, it just has.
Yeah.
I think Matt didn't like it that much, right?
So, it's not that I didn't like it. I liked it. I just didn't think it was like it didn't set my world on fire. But I thought it was like a good game.
Still S tier.
All right. Still S tier. I'd say because
like
what would you give it? What would you give it?
High B to low A.
Okay, so yeah, that's good right there. Hell yeah, Bioshock ahead of Last of Us. Eat my ass. All right.
Left 4 Dead.
Honestly, Left 4 Dead 2 adds way more gore.
It has the whole game in it.
Yeah, it has the whole game in it. Well, now it does. It didn't when it first came out. Left 4 Dead 1, I still think is an A. So
yeah, I'd agree.
Low A maybe because I think Left 4 Dead 2 is a high A. I don't think it's an S. It's close, but I think it does get a little bit too repetitive after a little while.
Well, Left 4 Dead 3 would have been S, dude.
Wait, I don't even think I ever played Left 4 Dead 1. I think all my Left 4 Dead experiences in 2.
Pretty much. You don't really need to go back to 1 at all.
That's fine. You don't ever need to own Left 4 Dead 1 again.
Because it was a year later anyways. It came out like right after.
Yeah, it came out a year. It's like they looked at the game, they shipped the game, they sold the game, and they looked at the game and were like, oh, we forgot all the fucking other content. And they were just like, fuck it, let's make a sequel.
There was a lot of controversy around that. I remember that.
Yeah. Which I don't get because that was right at the same time Call of Duty was coming out every year. So it's just like, Call of Duty's fine, but Left 4 Dead, fuck that. No. Can't have that. No.
Little Nightmares.
Never played it.
I got like halfway through it. It's really fucking creepy. Really scary.
The trailer for the second one looks fucking...
Oh, it looks like a nightmare. By the way, it's not co-op. I thought it was.
It looks like it with that little guy there.
I know, but like they said people in my comments, and I looked it up. It's actually just an AI that follows you around, which is a little upsetting. But I guess it kind of ruined the scary mood.
Yeah, co-op never works with the horror, I think.
Yeah, no, not really. But from what I played, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Puzzle solving, platforming. Obviously, you have to sneak, but it's one of those type of sneak horror games where it's not like, oh, just wait until the guy walks away and then go. It's like you actually have to figure out a way to get them distracted and walk over there or whatever. So it's good. It's really freaky. I'd give it a B from what I played. I actually wanted to start it up again this year, but.
All right, Lollipop Chainsaw.
I haven't thought about this game in forever.
This is such a weird one for it to be here. You know what? It's James Gunn. Of course, everybody knows James Gunn from the Marvel Guardians movies. He wrote.
As known by the Suicide Squad.
Oh, I think the Suicide Squad, and also the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Because he's doing that also. Because fuck it, double paycheck. Yeah. Just say some shitty things on your Twitter, and then
you'll get more money.
You get 2 jobs. But Lollipop Chainsaw was a fun hack and slash game. It was insane. It was a Suda game also, so I think it was actually written by Suda. It wasn't written by. Well, actually, he might have co-wrote it. I'm not too sure about that. But it's very much a Suda.
Carrying the boyfriend's head.
Yeah, that's great. He's great also. Voice acting's really good. It's a funny game. It's not just a game where you get to stare at boobles while killing a zombie. It's a funny game, and it's actually pretty well done. I'd say low B, but
sure.
But of course, you do get that stuff. So it's
Lone Survivor.
Oh, that's a great game.
I keep trying to play that game, and I can't fucking do it. I know it's just not my kind of game.
I can't fucking do it.
It's really creepy.
It's so fucking boring.
It's like it's a game where you have to hide. So right there, but I really like the style of it. It looks like it looks like Home actually, kind of where it's like that kind of. I don't want to say like 8 or 16-bit because obviously it's not really.
It's definitely a pixelated game.
It's a pixelated game, but it's way more. There's way more going on. Like Home actually fits in a 16-bit.
aesthetic.
Because there's not much going on, but Lone Survivor has more details and stuff. It's a really, really great game. I really like how creepy it is by not really having like a typical creep factor to it, like a lot of horror games where it's like 3D graphics or whatever. It's very, very simple. I really like it, so I'm gonna say B. I never finished it though, so maybe it fucks up at the end.
All right, Luigi's Mansion 1.
It's a great tech demo. C.
A tier, baby.
I just don't like Luigi's Mansion 1. I just don't. I think it's really frustrating at times. I think the controls are really annoying. And I'm sure if I go back to it now after playing Dark Moon and the little bit I played of 3, I'd appreciate it more. But at the time, it was not a game I really wanted to play when I was a kid. Sunshine was okay, but Luigi's Mansion,
I liked it a lot back in the day.
You put
I love the soundtrack. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe. I love the way it looks.
It looked really great
so much.
And I still think compared to the new ones,
didn't like the gameplay.
There was a style to Luigi's Mansion where it was definitely by far the most creepy, but that's because I heard someone mention, I agreed 100%, was that the ghosts in Luigi's Mansion look like real ghosts in like the Mario universe, whereas once you get to like 2 and 3, they get kind of like over the top, like silly. Not that the first one wasn't silly, but like they look a lot more outlandish and cartoony. Whereas the first game look like legit like ghosts that would be haunting like a Mushroom Kingdom, which sounds dumb, but like I agreed 100%.
Oh, they're still cartoony people.
Yeah, it had so much style and it was so creative and original. It's just such a neat.
And the idea of putting Luigi in like a kind of a horror game is just so cool. He says to save Mario. I don't know why. I like that idea a lot still.
The only way Luigi can save Mario is if the entire game he's crying, bitching, and moaning and getting scared the entire way through.
Exactly.
We're not gonna let him look like a hero. We're gonna make him look like a pussy until he ends up winning at the end.
Mario?
That's it. Mario. I mean, he does that in the new one too. I played the new one. I'm like, when is he gonna start saying Mario? And immediately, right when Mario disappears, he goes Mario. I'm like, there we go. Like immediately. It's like Mario's gone. He's already scared.
All right, Gore, what's your ranking?
I'd say C also. Sorry.
I
will give the Dark Moon a higher ranking.
I'll put this in high B.
Okay, so that's like a low B then, because he gave A, B, and C, right?
Yep.
So like a mid B. I give it a mid B. I don't give a shit.
I didn't play the second two.
Oh, you didn't play the second one? Second one's really great. The controls surprisingly are better considering it's on a 3DS. You'd think it'd be fucking frustrating, but they work. The game looks great. The 3D is really cool for that game. A lot of people don't talk about the 3D and the 3DS games, but Nintendo knows how to make it work. Not a lot of other studios though. It's a lot of fun. I give that a high B. And I can't really rank the third one.
Matt, you play it?
I played an hour of it. So I can't really.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, still I played through it. I actually really liked it. I know because I didn't play the second one either. I know that I do also kind of miss the actual like mansion vibe of the first game where it was like an actual thing as opposed to like I know the second one had levels. The third one, it has levels too, but it hides it in a little bit better manner where it's like each level is a floor. So you have to go up to it and you got to explore that whole thing. But I still like the idea of like if it was just a house better. Either way, it's not bad. But 3, I actually really liked. The gameplay was super fun. The visuals are awesome. It's super well stylized. The characters are awesome. I had a really, really good time with this one. I'd put it A.
I mean, I can't rank it. I do want to say that is one good thing about the original game. It does feel like a typical survival horror game of the time, where, I mean, obviously not. It's not violent. It doesn't have weird sexual overtones and fucking all that stuff. But it might. I don't remember. I haven't played in a while. But the level design is very similar. You have to keep fucking going through different, like, you have to backtrack a lot in that game from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
like the idea of that game being in stages in the sequels. Like, I like the one mansion.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the second.
I was fine with Dark Moon. It didn't really bother me at all.
It's not a killer.
I felt like it was the same gameplay except tighter and like fun.
It's not a killer to me, but I do prefer the openness.
I wish they didn't just take the original game and just port it on 3DS. I wish they actually remade it. Like, because remember there was a 3DS port of the original game, and I heard it was terrible. It was really bad. Like, they fucked that up. Like,
how?
The frame rate. Oh. The frame rate was really poor, and the controls were really fucking frustrating. Which I'm like, how is the controls in Dark Moon were great? Just use the same. I mean, I guess it has different.
They'd have to go in and remake the game. They wanted to straight port it. That sucks.
Fucking remake it, you pussies. All right. Why even do it? Like,
I don't know what this game is.
That's McFarlane's Dark Prophecy, I think it's called.
Yeah,
it's a just like Hunter the Reckoning. It's like a Diablo style game. It might be one of the worst PS2 games ever made. It is terrible.
Ooh, we can have another F tier.
It's Todd McFarlane. You know, yeah. From what I played, I fucking hated it, and that was a game that would always be a GameStop for like $5 brand new at the time. So it was like always a game you can get if you have a little bit of money. I'd say it's the best of those, because I didn't play Umbrella Chronicles or Umbrella Corps, but I heard it's terrible. I hated Operation Raccoon City with passion, and Dino Crisis 3 just shit all over the franchise. So at least McFarlane's Evil Prophecy that's what it's called, but I just remembered. At least it was its own thing. It just shit all over Todd McFarlane. That's all it did.
All right, Metro.
2033. I only played half this one, so I don't know. Like, I
hate this game. I know I talked about it on Ranksters before, but I thought it was terrible. I played it last year, or maybe 2 years ago on PS4.
Okay.
And I think it took me like 30 sittings of playing like 15 minutes.
Why would you keep playing it? Just skip.
Because I paid like $5 for it. I didn't want to waste my money, so I suffered through it, and I just fucking hated it. I thought it was really bad.
All right, what's your rank?
D. D. Low D.
All right. Well, I only
the second one was good, but
I feel like I need to rank it, because there's no way that's a D game.
That is not.
I'm telling you, it's bad. I'm telling you, it's bad.
I played it.
No,
I played
it is
when
not.
It first came out. I didn't finish it. To be fair, you did, but I played it when it first came out back in 2010. I got halfway through it, and I thought it was good. I never went back to it. I don't go back to a lot of games, though. To be fair,
it came bundled with the second one, which I heard was good, but I hated the first one so much. I'm like, I can't go on.
The second one I actually finished because I really liked it, and I really wanted to play Exodus, but I just never got around to it. I'm going to say a low B, so I don't know what that is now.
David, do you have a rank on this?
I'm going to throw a rank on it because it is not a fucking D game. The books are fantastic. Definitely go read those if you like really dark fucking fiction. But as for the game itself, I'm going to go high C for it, just because it definitely, being the first one, was rough, but it was still a good fucking game.
A low B, a low D, and a high C. What the fuck is that? It's like a low C still, or?
That's just C something.
I'll just put it right in the middle of C.
C.
All right. Metro Last Light.
That's the second one. I love that game. I thought it was great. They did a great job with that game. It's so good. Really good job. Good job. Great game. I love it. Can I just mention one thing about this game? It came out 2013. That might be one of the best years for video games. Like, just thinking about it, because he had Bioshock Infinite. He had 2013. Because he had Last of Us. He had Bioshock Infinite. He had GTA 5. He had this game, which I loved. I feel like he had a few other games there, but like they just like those 3 games I mentioned before Metro, 3 of my favorite games ever. It was just like, it's so good. It's such a great game.
It's no 2010 or 11 though.
Remember Me
11 too, 2011.
Yeah, 2010
Judgment.
Redemption.
But no, Genuinely Enslaved Odyssey to the West with 2013. Bravely Default with 2013.
Enslaved was 2010.
I'm looking at the PC version. The PC version came out in 2013.
Yeah, well, I love Enslaved.
So I'm looking at my game database and like, all right, what the fuck came out then?
Yeah. The PC.
I think 2011 might be just as good.
What came out in 2011?
Skyrim, Skyward Sword, Uncharted 3, Dark Souls, Dead Space 2,
Red Dead
2,
Galaxy 2.
Red Dead was 2010.
Tactics Ogre
what
on
were you
PSP.
saying?
2011.
2011.
Yeah, 2011 Tactics Ogre on PSP.
2013. Anyway, Last Light is a low A. By the way.
Okay.
I love it. But,
Mass Effect also came out 2011. Good shit on PS3.
Yeah. Super Mario 3D World was 2013 also. A lot of people love that. The Tomb Raider reboot. Brothers, that's one of my favorite games. Gone Home, people love that game. Metal Gear Rising.
Oh,
that was the last time.
When was Vanquish?
Vanquish was 2010, I think. Yeah, 2010 was a good year. And 2011, 2010 were fucking great years. 2012.
All right, back to the horror. We're almost done.
Oh yeah, are we? You sure?
I'm trying
like 36 some odd games.
Home
left.
stretch, baby.
I was trying to find the actual 2011 Game of the Year's nominees.
Don't fucking care. Let's go.
I care. Shut up.
It was Skyrim, Zelda, Uncharted, Portal, Batman: Arkham City.
That's not bad.
Those are them.
Yeah, Arkham City. Fuck.
Portal 2, yeah.
Dark Souls,
Gears 3, there you go.
Gears.
See, you told you did. Oh, Ghost Trick came out that year? Hell yeah.
Gears 3 is a great game, but I wouldn't put it up in there.
Yo, Ghost Trick?
Oh, Ghost Trick's great.
That should have been on here. That's kind of, I guess.
Oh, well, I think one of the Phoenix Wright games came out in 2010, right?
David's like, fuck.
Anyway, what's the next game? All right, what's the next game?
Metro Exodus.
Didn't play it.
Haven't played.
Yeah.
Murdered Soul Suspect.
Haven't played.
Haven't played.
I did D. Just because like that game had a great premise. I think I might have ranked it higher in a previous list, but I have to think about it as a horror game. It's not a fucking horror game. It wants to pretend it is. It has terrible gameplay, a detective story that doesn't really make sense, and there's no real puzzles in it. So I'm gonna go.
This thing only got prevalent because it was one of the early console generation games. Yeah,
and also it's an easy achievement point game too.
All right, Necronomicon.
You can play on 360 and Xbox One. Never play it. Prey 1, great game. And nobody talks about the original Prey. That's a great game. It has some awesome weapons. The world is great. The story is really good. I'm going to give it a low A. I think that's a great game.
Haven't played.
It's a really
Outlast.
Great game. Outlast.
Haven't played.
I played a couple hours of it. I guess that counts. It's scary. It's really scary. I don't like it. But I'll give it a B. It's a Heidi Who game.
Prey.
0 out of 10. My file got corrupted. It's an F tier. I made that joke like 10 weeks ago, but whatever.
IGN's just like, fuck it. I'm like 2 hours away from beating the game, but I'll review it now and give it a 4 because I got a glitch. Fuck this game. How dare they? Fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. I like IGN. They're fine. But this game, it's just like Days Gone. It went on way too fucking long. And if it was like 10 hours shorter, then I'd be all...
I pray for the ending to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I got 20 hours in and I heard it's like a 30-hour game. So, I don't know. I got really far. And I really like, though, they really try to do like a Mr. X like Nemesis thing with this like one giant alien that'll follow you around randomly. But every time he shows up, it ends up being more fucking annoying than like fun and challenging, which I know
I just remember...
Say.
I was gonna say, I just remember the demo, and you have that gun that like sprays cum all over shit. And that's my only experience with that game. Yeah,
glue gun. Yeah, the glue gun's weird because it's just used for platforming. Really, you can use it to fight, but it's not. I don't remember it being effective. It's really just like, oh, I see that thing over there, zzz, 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 and you just fucking jump on the cum. But I give it a little B. I really liked it. Also, it was very Bioshock. It had a huge Bioshock.
Yeah,
you don't like
quite derivative.
You don't like jumping on that, David?
Huh?
You don't like jumping on cum?
There's another Bioshock ripoff I think coming up that I actually think is pretty good. Unless we passed it and I zoned out or something.
All right, Quake.
Good fucking shit. Not really a horror game, but fucking A tier game.
Is this Quake 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the original.
I think I only really played Quake 3. So.
Rain World.
I like.
Yes, no one played that.
Never played.
I didn't play it. I didn't. Is that a horror game? I didn't know that was a game. I know what it is.
All right, let's fuck that game. Let's talk about Undead Nightmare.
That's
D tier. So much fun.
This is S tier. I think this is the best DLC. I think still.
Yeah,
I could subscribe to that.
Didn't play the Bioshock Infinite DLC though, so you don't fucking know. But when it comes to Rockstar DLCs, it's the best one only because I haven't played the
so
GTA 4
fucking good.
I haven't played the GTA 4 ones still.
This one's better. I played those.
Yeah, I've heard this is definitely.
All right, I put S. What do you guys? I heard an A.
I'd say high A, but
Let's do S. Fuck it.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
this is fine. I don't give a fuck.
We'll put it
Red Dead
Put
Redemption.
it right there. Why not? Saw.
I think
this is all you, buddy.
We talked about this.
We talked about these two games before. All right, Saw 1 was better than it had any right being. It had puzzles and they were good. The traps were the puzzles.
Oh fuck! Remember that fucking Del Toro game that was like back in announced like in 2011? Insane, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just remembered that.
Unless it was having to do with Saw. It's like, I would love to
trying to make a game for fucking 10 years now.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. It doesn't have much luck when it comes to fuck he announces that that he's working on. Silent Hills, that didn't work out. But what was I gonna say? I was just gonna say
It had better than any right it had to be.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say Guillermo del Toro should make a Saw movie. I was gonna say that also. I would love it. But yeah, it was way better than it had any right being. It had a really good atmosphere. The puzzles were pretty good. The combat sucked. It was very much like a Silent Hill game, but except worse. Don't worry, in the second game they fixed that. They just make it so that now it's a rock paper scissors combat system, which is really strange. But the first one I'd say like a regular C, not bad.
Okay.
The second one though, I'd say like I don't want to say D because I don't think it was that bad from what I played.
Low C. You want on the bottom of C?
I'll say low C. Low C for Flesh and Blood, I think it's called.
All right.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this, David?
Okay, go up. Why the fuck is there's Curse of Darkness? Right next to Saw 2. Why the fuck?
Yeah, we already talked about Curse of Darkness on the last one.
Why is it low C? Who the fuck said low C? I said B. Fuck this. Kyle probably did that fucker. Piece of shit.
No, wait, didn't we do that this episode?
No, we did Lament of Innocence. We didn't do fucking Curse of Darkness. Bullshit. Shadow Man. Shadow Man's a solid game. I'm sure it has
a fun game.
It's a platformer action kind of game. Actually, is it a platformer? I don't think it was. I think a little.
It's got some platforming elements.
It's more of an action game. I have a feeling if I play that game now, it would be so dated. I don't enjoy it. Where are you going next?
I'm just looking at the list.
From what I remember, I liked it. The second one I didn't like at all. I remember playing that on PS2, not liking it at all. It also has that stupid ass title, like it's the second coming, but the two is
yeah.
I'm like, fuck you. Like it's like I hate that. But I give it a C from what I remember.
Same.
Okay.
All right, Shadows of the Damned.
A tier. This game rocks.
Yeah, I love this game too. The only problem I have with this game is that the main gameplay element is like you always have to find the thing to destroy so you can like kill all the guys, right? That's the main gameplay, right? So you have to find a thing on the wall.
That well.
Shoot
Generally.
the light. You have to like shoot something to make it so that you can kill the guys or you can pass through the environment or something. I remember you have to do that a lot where you have to find something, destroy it or do something with it, and then you can either progress or kill the enemies. That's all I remember from the gameplay besides the actual combat itself. But I remember that being repetitive. I gotta look it up again.
Isn't this game getting rare?
Yeah, like on 360, I think it's like a $25 game, so it's getting up there. I think PS3 might be worth more.
I have a sealed copy still.
Oh, good. There you go. I don't know how much it is sealed though. Wait, on what?
You should play it.
360.
You should open it and play it.
Yeah.
I think it's sale a lot of times, so you might just want to download it. Might be on sale now. They're having.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end up either buying a used copy or doing that. Maybe I'll flip that new copy. All right, rank. Matt said A.
You said on Xbox?
Yeah, I said A.
You said on Xbox? You have it?
Yeah.
That's what I say. All right. I give it a high B. I think the humor is great too. I really like it. Yeah, it's like a $50 game sealed. So.
Ooh. All right.
So that's a low A, right?
Jordan says, "Sup, Daddy Gore and guys."
What's up, baby?
Shell Shock
Daddy
2.
Shell Shock 2. All right. Little piece of trivia. I didn't know this until recently. Shell Shock 2 is a piece of shit. That's the trivia. No, the trivia. I don't know what the hell. The original Shell Shock Nam 67 is a Vietnam game, a Vietnam War game, and that's it. For some reason, they made a sequel to that game and put zombies in it. I don't know why. I don't know why they did.
Why not?
Why not? I guess it was a piece of shit. It's 2 hours long. It's from the same guys that did Rogue Warrior, by the way. So right there, you can already tell quality. I think it came out the same year too. It's a piece of shit. It's terrible. F tier, but the piece of trivia I have for it is the first voice acting role of our boy Roger Clark, who played
good for
Arthur
him.
Morgan.
He's come a long way.
First and only voice role besides
the two best sequels of all time.
Yeah.
Redemption.
All right, where an F?
There. Sure.
Is this
above
the worst game on the list?
No, only because it didn't ruin it. I mean, Shell Shock 1 is not that great of a game, so I'm not gonna.
But Dino Crisis ended.
A great franchise, you know. So I put it right below.
Dino Crisis 3.
Sorry, you said where?
Right below Evil Prophecy, which is the top game.
All right, I don't know what the hell this game is.
No, I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
All right, move on. Singularity. I'll check.
Singularity, great game, very underrated.
Yeah,
very underrated. Is this the game you were talking about, by the way?
it was. Yeah, no, this game's cool. It's like a B for me, like a midish B. But this was a really surprisingly cool game when it came out.
I really like this game. I love the time elements that it has, where you like slow down time and stuff. You get a really cool weapon later where once you shoot it, it goes in like first person bullet mode, and you like follow the bullet and you can move it and shit. It's really, really cool. I really like that game. It was actually one of the few games where I beat it and immediately started up again because I had a really good time. It's really good, and the story is pretty good too. I give it a high B. I think it's very underrated.
Anywhere in B is fine.
And also, it was really cool because at the time that came out, it came with a free copy of Prototype.
Ooh,
which is another
okay.
game.
I'm trying to get rid of that game. Sinking City. No one played it.
I didn't play it.
Splatterhouse.
Hey,
Hey.
You love this game, really?
The PS3
it's
game?
one of those things that I put Splatterhouse high up for two primary reasons.
Remake,
One, it comes with it is the remake, but it does come with the complete arcade perfect collection of 1 through 3. So absolutely fantastic way to play those games in a modern time. And two, it's a really interesting take. Jim Cummings plays the Splatterhouse mask, the Terra mask. Which is weird because my brain still thinks of him as Pete from Disney. So it's weird having here Pete.
He voices Tigger, right? That's the same guy who voices Tigger?
Yeah.
It's a little weird when he's like talking about your wife and stuff. He's just like, hey, nice tits on that. I was like, Tigger, no.
Great tits on him.
I was like, Tigger, no. I'm pretty sure that's Tigger.
All right.
But it's a great fucking throwback. Fantastic controls. I like the updated story. The only thing that does really take me out of the game is one. I appreciate them trying to put a collectathon aspect into it, but it's a little fucking juvenile. That's basically porn pics of your girlfriend in it.
Now you told me.
Yeah,
this game's stock is
straight up new picture for your girlfriend. I was like, I mean, it's your girlfriend, so. You took the pictures? Yeah, hey, that's your girlfriend. You do what you want, man.
That's yours.
I just don't know why they're spread out in all the environments like that. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
who knows?
That's why David was into it. David was like, yeah.
He's
all right.
Flattering.
That's probably the thumbnail right there.
There we go.
And two, the other thing that kind of took me out of it is the fact that it has a super heavy sequel baiting ending, and of course, nothing ever came of it after because
I didn't do well. It did have an awesome heavy metal song at the end.
Yeah, it has a great fucking soundtrack. The survival mode is great. If you got the game at launch, it came with a replica of the Terra mask, which I have in my cabinet. Fucking great ass fucking game, but man, they never did anything else with it.
What'd you say? Oh, what the fuck?
There it is.
Oh, you got it just hiding in your window?
Yeah, I have it just on my windowsill, just so if people are looking up in there, they can see the stupid ass skull.
I was about to,
I also have it's covered in dust, by the way. I don't have anywhere else to put it. So
at first I thought you were pulling it out, and then I was like, oh, you're just opening your window, and then you pull it out. Really quick in the chat, let's see. Off topic real quick, but can someone explain to me why Mark of Kree is in the Halloween sale for PS4?
No idea.
Mark
I couldn't tell you.
Mark of Cry.
It's not a horror game, so that's very strange.
Why don't you marry it?
Yeah, kiss it. That's a real horror.
And then Recidivism 505 says, have you guys played Man of Medan? I got about halfway through it. I'm gonna replay it again.
I watched a playthrough and I hate all the characters, so I'm glad I watched a playthrough because if I played it by myself, I would have fucking hated it. But I watched a fun playthrough.
It wasn't the worst game I played, but it's enough that I'm gonna go back and replay it again.
The guy that was the Iceman guy, the guy that played Iceman and X-Men, I forgot his name. He was just in The Boys too, so you think I fucking remember his name. I fucking hate that character. I want him to die so bad.
Lamplighter.
Yeah, Lamplighter. Fucking the guy. I forgot his name. It's like
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember. He was in Quantum Break also, but he's so shitty in that fucking. I hated him. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm the funny guy." I'm like, "Fuck off! I hate you. You suck. Die." I guess if I was playing, I would have gotten them all killed. But by the time you get to the point where you can get them all killed, it's like an hour into the game already. So it's just like.
I didn't mind it too much though. I thought it was all right.
Anyway, back to
Splatterhouse ranking A.
I played it too. I really liked it actually. I'd give it a B.
All right. Oh wait, no. It was
all right.
yeah,
Where you going?
Yeah.
An A and a B is not C.
No, I thought it was B, but either way, it'd be A.
It would be, yeah.
All right. Stubbs a zombie.
All right. I played it back when it first came out. It's like Lemmings with a zombie.
Put some respect on the most rare game on one of the most rare games on Xbox.
No, I think it is still the rarest game on Xbox.
Technically, if you don't count Steel Battalion.
Well, that doesn't count. You need the fucking controller too. Like
Stubbs the game is not that rare. The controller is what's rare.
The game is like $60. Stubbs the zombie is like $100 game. So yeah, the controller is the rarest thing. So yeah, and you can play Steel Battalion without the controller. You can just play it with your regular controller. I just wouldn't recommend it.
Rankings.
What monster would play it without the controller?
Kyle, because he never got it.
Breaking what?
No, I said ranking.
Oh, ranking. I just said breaking. I'm like, what?
Breaking news.
Kyle
doesn't have a Steel Battalion controller still.
Yeah, breaking news. Kyle's upset still about something that happened 3 years ago. Like a little baby.
Which technically happened like 2 years prior to that.
Yeah. Honestly, Stubbs is a fun game. I don't remember loving it though. Like, that's me be honest. I know everybody looks like, oh, it's built with the Halo engine. It's a meme. Is that a meme actually?
No, it's true.
Well, it was, but you know, like how Shin Megami Tensei had featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Devil May Cry series,
yeah. Is built with the Halo engine a meme? It should be.
Nah, but yeah, I agree.
People do talk about like it's a very it's an underrated classic, and I think it is underrated. I just don't think it's amazing, but I haven't played it since.
What's the true rating then, Gore?
I still give it a B. It's still good, but people talk about like it's like that's one of the best games you can play on the original Xbox. I'm like, it's good. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good, but I never played this. I do want to play it eventually. The Coma game.
All right, Darkness 1.
Darkness 1. You know what? That's the thing. I love the Darkness 2, but I can never get into the Darkness 1 because it really it tries a little bit too hard to be more. I guess not just gritty, but like I don't know how to explain it. You know how to explain it, Matt? It's just there's something about it. Like it tries to be a way more of a, I guess, a shooter. I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't click with me. I don't know why. Like
they just didn't get it right till the second one.
I guess so. The story's great. The story in the Darkness is so good that I didn't like the game really, but I wanted to know what happened in the story. And I like the story of the Darkness 1 and 2 so much that I really want to get the comic series because it's based on a comic. And I want to know what the fuck happens after Darkness 2 because they end Darkness 2 on the biggest fucking cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, eat my ass because I know
we'll never know.
I knew when the game came out it was not getting a sequel because nobody was talking about it. I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, and 8 years later, no one even talks about the darkness, let alone there even being murmurs of a fucking sequel coming.
We'll bring it back somehow. We'll do it when we get big and Games Gone By gets big. We'll bring darkness back into the collective minds.
Ourselves
along with Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs is coming back. At least Stubbs is worth a lot of money. Darkness you can get for like $5.
Darkness. So you get the whole collection for like less than $10.
You can get the whole collection from about 5% of the Stubbs price.
All right. So that means Darkness is where?
I can't really rank it because I haven't played it since like 10 years ago, maybe, and I didn't really care for it gameplay. I would love to go back to it though. I would try. Wait, did you want to rank it though, Matt?
No, I mean, fuck it.
A Pepperoni says, I was kind of wondering Okagi, the Shadow King, on this list.
It doesn't seem like it's been on here now.
No, that game is a game.
All right, I don't know what this is.
I think it's like a platforming game, but I think it's I can't tell what it is.
Fear?
Is this something Fear?
Fear.
No, there's more to it. Obviously, it has like it looks like it has like writing right above
the
it.
Fear.
No, it has something below it too. It's Fear.
It's like Japanese.
Yeah,
no
it's
idea
like
either way.
I don't know what this is either.
The Note.
Same.
The Order.
Why the fuck is this here?
Never played it.
I hated this game. I really did. It is so generic and repetitive and lazy. Like graphics are really good, but like it's the shooting is so lame. It doesn't feel fun, and there's barely any content, and a lot of it's the quick time events, and also the story itself is so stupid. I know some people really like the story. I never liked it. I like the concept. I don't like the story.
I like the game length.
4 hour, but it's not even a game. That's the thing. There's short games that are fun and have Darkness 2 is a short game.
Sure.
It's really fun. It has a great story. I want to see what happens. I didn't give a fuck about the Order in any form. Like I think I did a stream when that game came out. I played like half the game in the stream.
My PS4 bundle came with the Order.
The Order sucks. Don't play it. It's worthless. I do not like it. And now after 5 years since it came out, I'm sure that every other game that has come out since looks way better. So there's literally no reason to play it now. The graphics were great at the time, but I'm gonna give it a low D. So not a low D. That's mean. Just mid D. Mid D. That's a little mean because some of these other games I'm looking at are actual shit, and the Order's just so
that's too mean. Let me bump it up 5 games.
Yeah, well, I didn't. To be fair, I would have moved it above Alone in the Dark, but
okay.
Because Spirit Camera is just a piece of shit. So,
all right,
that game's not good.
The Ring.
I heard that game's really good. I do have it on Dreamcast. Never played it though.
I don't know what this is.
No, I haven't played it.
It's anime though. What is it, David?
I have no idea.
Okay. I did play Touch the Dead, which sounds saucy, but it's a DS game.
How was it?
I remember that.
Yeah, you played it, Matt?
No, I just remember.
Yeah, it's just House of the Dead on the 3DS. I mean the DS. Sorry, not 3DS.
This was by the way, really quick. Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters is this one?
No idea.
Oh, I've seen that at my GameStop for PS4. I think it was on the Vita. Never played it. Touch of the Dead is House of the Dead on your DS, so you just tap the screen. It's not very good, honestly. I don't remember really liking it, so I'd probably give it high D. Right between Dead Island and Murdered, I'd say. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
All right. The Town Light.
Didn't play
Never
it.
played it.
The Town of Light.
Played it.
Actually, no. Correction. I have played that.
It's set in a insane asylum, I think, right?
Yes, I have played that. It's another one of those kind of adventure walking-y simulators.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game. I actually kind of liked some of the kind of deeper lore they were trying to build up. I just hate that in order to get the vast majority of it, you have to find a bunch of fucking hidden notes.
Yeah.
I'd say C tier.
I heard that about that game too.
Mid-C?
I bought it when it first.
Low C. Like after Alone in the Dark. Yeah, after Alone in the Dark.
That is after.
That is after Alone in the Dark.
No, before then. However you phrase it. Behind it. It goes behind it. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You mean it's a worse game than Alone in the Dark, so therefore put it behind it.
Yeah,
All right.
we get it.
What's this game, David?
I have no fucking idea.
It's probably a Persona game or some shit.
It's probably Persona.
Put it in not rated.
I'll do that. Next, Until Dawn.
All right, Until Dawn. Did anybody else play this?
No, I wanted to this month.
Much.
That was.
I hated it so
Nobody
much.
else has played
You
this?
hated it.
I hated it.
Oh.
I haven't played any of the games left on this list.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. You hated it. I would ask why, but I think I already know why.
You can just refer back to my fucking goddamn review of goddamn
Detroit.
Yeah.
Your review of Detroit was yelling at David Cage.
I feel like Until Dawn should be the exception to that, because literally any.
No, I want to rage so hard at this game, but I don't. There is one decision in the beginning of the game that is the dumbest fucking decision that should not have any fucking impact on your fucking characters. Fuck that game.
Well, it doesn't really towards the end. Like, it does in the beginning of the game, but it doesn't really towards the. You're talking about when she's hanging off the cliff, right?
No.
Wait.
No?
Okay. No, save it.
No, this is like literally.
No, I know.
It's
no. There's one that seems completely fucking innocuous, but I don't want to spoil it. But fuck that actually having a major fucking impact later on. Is it impossible to get the good ending of the game without that? And it's fucking bullshit.
I don't. Okay, if you want to complain about that, sure. I was thinking you were trying to actually argue.
Matters, really.
No.
I don't understand why it matters if you don't get the good ending. You didn't get the good ending. Fucking who gives a shit? Do you care that much about these characters that you didn't get the good? Everybody in this survival horror game, nobody died. That's what you want, right? In the survival horror game that's supposed to be a movie, you don't want anybody to die, really? Because that's I like some of the characters, but if they die, then I'm like, oh, cool, they just got their jaw ripped the fuck off.
It's because of how fucking stupid it correlates to it.
Well, think of it this way: I don't know
what he's talking about.
If we're hanging out at your house and we're having some food, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to drink this potato soda. I want to drink fucking Pepsi. I'm like, oh well, I guess you gotta go get Pepsi from the store. You're like, okay. You get out, you go to your car, you die in a car crash. Dumbest mistake ever, but hey, it affected your life.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather die than drink potato soda, or whatever the fuck you said. So
fucking like the game either way. But
did you say potato soda, or is that?
Yeah,
it's basically kind of like what Moxie is.
He's gonna send you some. He's gonna send you some sometime. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you're gonna get some in your future.
Put it right into the trash can. So
you're gonna get some in the gore box from David one day.
I'm gonna drain it and then I'm gonna take it to the recycling.
It sounds disgusting, and I don't even think it is what David is, but it's actually pretty good.
It's got a very medicinal taste. A lot of people say.
Oh yeah, I don't want to feel good. I want to feel horrible. Don't fix me. I'm perfect.
Yeah, what was it? GF. No. What was it? The sub. You know what I'm saying?
pretty fantastic gore.
Something like that.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. Pretty fantastic. He was gonna say like game.
Yeah, pretty fantastic gore. There you go. PFG.
Yeah,
all right, David's gonna say D. What do you guys say, Gore?
No, I was gonna say C.
Okay.
Oh, what? Did you hated the game?
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
Hey, David is slowly learning that his weird rationale for hatred should not reflect 100% on a ranking.
Oh, so he's growing like a.
He's growing.
He's growing.
If I actually put my genuine feelings, like 3 of the games on this list should be in fucking F right now. But
like what?
Which ones?
I hated Home. No, I didn't hate it. But I don't like the gameplay. I don't like that style of game. I would have given it an F.
You gave it a B.
Well, no, he's again he's trying to take out his bias against that.
Yeah, but that seems a little far to take away your bias and then give a game you would give an F a B. Like that's a little
because
far.
I know it's not a bad game.
Take away my bias for this game. I hated every single.
As much as there is a certain someone that would be reeing right now, objectively, it is not a bad game. I can't.
Okay, fine. What was the other game?
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor was the other one.
What's the other game? You said 3.
This one right now, I would be giving this 100% an F, but I know it's on F game.
Just like horror games where you make choices. That's what it seems like.
I'm making
my rankings are
actually no, I can't say that.
My bias.
I will say Until Dawn has the best of the choice making style, because I will at least grant it that goddamn your choices do matter in this game. It's just in the dumbest fucking ways sometimes.
I'm gonna make a choice-making game just for David.
I will give it that. It is the best of the decision-making ones because a lot of your choices do actually matter within the narrative structure.
Oh yeah, I made a one. Hey, you can watch it on my playthrough. I don't know what part it is because I did a playthrough. Nobody watched it. Don't worry. But I got to a point where this is not a spoiler. Every one of your characters can die in grisly ways at any point in the game. There was one point where I was like, I just saw like there was like a box on the ground, and I'm like, I kind of want to look at this box. I just want to investigate. And I looked at the box, and because I looked at the box and opened it, the creature came in and fucking ripped my jaw off, and I died. And that character was
he had to live with it.
Yeah, I had to live with. Well, yeah, I mean, I couldn't go back. I'm not gonna do that in the playthrough. I'm gonna be a little. The electric went out. Sorry, I had to stop the recording. I had to go back to the previous checkpoint.
The electric went out, even though you're still recording.
Yeah, I didn't edit it out.
All right, what's your ranking on Until Dawn, Gore?
I really liked it. I thought it was their best one of these games. I mean, they only made like 3, so that's not saying much. But
still their best.
I really like it. I honestly, it's my type of game. I like choice-driven games, and I always wanted to go back and play it again to see if I can get the good ending, like you said, because like 3 of my characters died, which feels like a good amount of people. I think there's like 7 characters in the game, and 3 of them dying in like a survival horror or just even a horror movie like that is, I mean, that's pretty low. That's
more than usually survive in a lot of those kind of movies.
Yeah, exactly. Usually it's just 1 or sometimes none.
One. It's 0 to 2.
0 to 2, yeah. Most likely 1, and it's a woman, and she has a wet tank top. But that's usually it. So,
it has a wet tank top, bloody face, like because she went through hell.
Yeah, he likes it. Anyway, Frey versus Jason.
Ranking.
That's exactly it. I want to give it a low A, but I'll give it a high B.
All right.
Does it put a C? Wait, what?
Because you
gave it a C and I gave it a B. It should be a B.
Yeah, right? It's in B. It's in B.
Oh, I thought you put in C.
Nope.
I don't know. Everything. It's too big.
Altered Species.
Never played it.
That's Vampire Rain. That's the PS3 version of Vampire Rain. I don't know if anybody played it. No, I played it. Well, all right. To be fair, I didn't play the PS3 version. It's the same game. They added some new shit.
And changed.
That's fine. All right, then that game is terrible.
Where?
Games. It's a vampire stealth game. It's terrible. Yeah, right there, right below Shell Shock.
It's the same game as Vampire Rain with
I heard
a different
name.
It's
the same game, except they updated like some of the missions, but I heard it's just as bad. It's like Alone in the Dark when they did that with the PS3 version. It still sucked. So wait, did you play Vampire Rain? Because you can rank it if you want.
I played the demo on 360 like fucking 15 years ago. It sucked.
Yeah, it's really shitty. If Kyle was here, I think he played. I think we played Vampire Rain because it had a multiplayer mode.
All right, Walking Dead Survival Instinct.
I just the funny thing about this game is that they picked the Wii U version.
Yeah,
you can tell it's the Wii U version. So I don't know why that's funny to me. But I played this one. It's again. I keep saying I like zombie survival games.
I think you've rated every single one.
I know. When I like that concept, and no game besides the newest Walking Dead game. I guess The Last of Us. So The Last of Us did well, but the new Walking Dead game on VR, The Saints and Sinners, that game got it right. That's exactly what I want. Just fucking scavenge and do
on Oculus, right?
And, Oculus Quest. It runs great. I recommend it.
I'm gonna get that Oculus sometime. Hopefully this holiday.
It's $40 though. It's expensive, but it's really good. It's really good if you want to shell out the money. But this game is terrible, and it's like Aliens Colonial Marines. It's terrible, but it's not to the point where it's like it's an F tier. I still give it a D, obviously. I'll put it above Aliens Colonial Marines because it came out the same year and it had less hype. That's the only reason why it's above it. So it's in D.
I'm trying to find where
above.
Oh yeah, okay.
The White Case. Yeah, there you go.
All right. The
White Day. Never played it. I've seen that game.
Never played it. Heard good things though.
Yeah, I have heard good things.
Wolfenstein.
This is that 2009 reboot that was very, very mediocre. It's mediocre. I don't know what to say. It's a C. I don't. That's the most forgettable Wolfenstein game ever made. Like, and luckily, a few years later, they made a great one. So,
World War Z. It's a decent
Left 4 Dead clone.
It's decent Left 4 Dead clone. But the coolest thing about it is when they all start climbing on each other, which is that's awesome, but it doesn't happen enough.
I feel is it the first level when you're in like the train station.
You're like a metro, and
they're like climbing up all. They just shoot into the crowd of them,
and
it feels so good to shoot into the. You just see the bodies start stacking. It's really good.
Yeah, it's because bullet sponges never really feel fun, but in this case, it's cool because you actually see like just like you're shooting random bullets in this like husk essentially of just like all these massive zombies, and then eventually they start going down and down and down. Super satisfying, but at that point they should just like said, "Hey, this is the coolest part. Let's just keep doing this over and over again." It'll be fine, yeah. But they kind of like
at the end. They even copy the point in Left 4 Dead where you have to like hold out for the last mission or whatever. You do that with this, but it actually works here mainly because that's the time where you bunker down and giant waves of enemies show up. So it's like, all right, here we go. But besides the last mission, a couple times here and there, it doesn't really happen enough, I think. But it's fun. I honestly give it a low B. I think it's fun enough. The combat's good enough, and it's a Game Pass game still, right? Is it still on there?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
This is a game I want me and Gore to revisit, and we're down to other people if they want to join us.
I was gonna say I'd be down to play at some point.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just definitely lacking that punch.
I think it'd be really fun on like a higher difficulty and just like
maybe that'd be a good extra life game. Well, maybe that would be a good one to do that.
You don't want to play Left 4 Dead 2 instead?
We could play that too.
Sure.
We have 24 hours, baby.
All right. B.
Yeah. I think it's one of the. Oh, I would say it's underrated, but I think it did really well last year. So, I don't know.
All right, David. Really this is a U joint.
I haven't played it yet.
I actually played it.
What the fuck?
I played it. I played like 2 hours of it. It was at my Blockbuster. So that's the only reason why I rented it. Rest in peace, Blockbuster. But when it first came out, I was like, it's a new game. Let me rent it.
Can we talk about that really quick? How back in the day, Gore had that Blockbuster hookup, so literally every single game he'd unbox because they just gave him the straight up game.
Well, they would give anybody a straight copy, but I would always get the copy immediately as it's being unwrapped, pretty much. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do an unboxing for it. Fuck it. I mean, you don't see the unwrapping, but everything's inside it. Free views.
Hell yeah.
Fuck it. So, no, not B. You better go down because I did not like that game. I really didn't like it. It's really, really fun. When it comes to its like dialogue, I remember that I was really enjoying that stuff. But the gameplay was just like point A, point B, beat up all the zombies. I didn't get any sense of like it being an open world at all. I know Yakuza games are usually, but that game didn't seem like it was. It just seemed like it was a fucking like point A, point B, like get through the level.
It was very much meant to be kind of like a Left 4 Dead stylish game.
Yeah, it was not fun though. The combat was okay, I guess, but when you're just beating the shit out of like the same zombies over and over again, it's started not being fun. I just remember that. So, I mean, I played it for a few hours. I'd say low C. I do remember it being very fun with the characters though, and that was like my first taste of a Yakuza game. So it was just like maybe I should play more.
Trying to figure out where fun. Yeah, that's fine. All right, these two games, no one played these.
I played the first one, but I only played a little bit of it, and it was on Switch, also not PS4. So I don't know if it's any different. So
there's a Vita version, so I'm assuming that's it.
I don't know which one it is because I can't tell. There's a Switch version that has both the games, and I got it as a review thing, so I did a video for it, and it was actually really scary. It was really well done, but I forgot which one it is. So,
Womp.
Well, I can't tell really. I don't know what the fucking titles are, and the box arts ain't fucking helping.
Let me check. Check.
Sure, if you want.
One's got the one with two people is probably the second one.
I'd assume so, right? You never know though.
Actually, yeah.
It is, right? I'd say that then just the one with the one person. That's the one I played. I'd give it a B, actually. I thought it was really good. It's like you just go, it's like a really, it looks cutesy, but it's like really fucked up. Like your dog dies in the beginning of the game, and you're looking for him, even though you as the player knows the dog is dead, and the little girl's like going around this fucked up looking like town, and there's ghosts chasing you. There's no real like combat or anything, but you're trying to get away from the ghost. It looks really It looked really fucked up, and I enjoyed the gameplay for the most part. But that's it.
All right.
We did it.
That's
6
part
hours
2
altogether.
Feels
6
like
hours
it.
altogether, right? Because the first part was 3 hours.
3 hours.
That's
yep.
a monster list.
All right, let's zoom out and see this baby.
Yeah, you can tell what that is.
After Gordon mentioned it, I'm actually really surprised that I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream wasn't on this list.
Hey, shouts, Kyle. Thank you for subscribing with Prime again. Hope you're doing well. Hope your date went good.
Hell yeah.
I hope dumped.
All right.
I'm not kidding. I hope she left you.
Jesus Christ, Gore. All right, that's your list.
My Twitch. I don't give a fuck.
I don't wish she left you. I wish she tossed your salad and had a wonderful evening.
My Twitch.
Because you don't use it.
Yeah, exactly. I would use it more if you subscribed.
Do it.
Anyway,
that's our list. We're going to probably hold off, actually. I kind of want to... We'll take some time and find a different list. I don't want to be pressured into looking for one right now because I kind of want to get something different with it. Also, we don't know who's going to be on next week for next week's list because we're supposed to look with it.
How are we going to figure it out then?
We'll just check what everyone wants to do on the chat. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll tweet it out what list we're doing, like either day or the day of.
Nobody cares.
That's a big list.
How are we gonna know? What if somebody has an emergency next week?
Thanksgiving foods.
Yeah, turkey, gravy.
It's all F tier. It's all nasty. That's the spoilers.
God damn it.
Thanksgiving shit food. I'd rather have Burger King.
There's a reason you only eat it once a year.
For the rest of the year, blowing out your ass.
If you made it this far, give us a like. Shoot us a review somewhere on Gore the Movie God. Just send Gore a tweet saying thanks.
Just said shoot us.
And if you made it to the end of this, say who is the stupidest Rankster, as always.
Rank us on the Ranksters. You'll find us. Also, go to sleep.
Way past your bedtime, guys. What are you guys doing up? This is crazy.
No matter when you're watching this, if you're at this point,
they wake up. Oh boy, a Ranksters. Go back to bed. Fuck. Okay.
Shit. All right.
Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday or Thursday, Blue Rupees. We're gonna have Games Gone By for Silent Hill 2. That S tier up there. Sunday, Dave and I are playing Halo Wars. Let's see. Hey, people running in chat. See you, Gore. Can't wait for your reaction on the new Apex Legends trailer tomorrow.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow for a game I don't even play.
And tune in to Blue Rupees. We'll probably have some final plans on what we're doing for Extra Life. So we'll talk about that.
All right.
Anyway, that's the podcast.
That's the podcast.